No more bad government in Nigeria. Like that what the only media that have been consistent speaking against bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Niger what yo. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. For the poor, no more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what be here? No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media, the number one media in Nigeria, no more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what you? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Niger what? Voice for the voiceless. Niger watch media. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. 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 Niger watch you. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing, and he recommending to everyone in Nigeria, saying that you guys are the number one. Niger what you.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Thank you very much for your time with us today, my people. Thank you for joining us today. Today is Friday, 21st February, 2025. Happy weekend to every one of you right there. I thought I should come in first with my voice, with my monologue, before we start showcasing the videos that we have for you guys today. I'd like to appreciate and acknowledge some of you right there already on the comment section. When people never play for comment section like this, is much better for me to quickly acknowledge everyone. Thank you very much, Mother of Mommy Diaspora. I appreciate you, Mommy. Good evening to you. Happy weekend to you. I appreciate you always. Thank you so much, everyone right there. I have Christian CXL with us already. Thank you very much. Good evening to you. Upright TV, thanks for joining us. Thank you very much. Friday, I can see you right there. Wando. Thank you very much. God bless you. Osesmo, thank you very much for joining us today. Good evening to you, Miracle B. Love Maduka, thank you very much. Good evening to you. Jeko Kenneth, I can see you right there. Upright TV, Jude King, God bless you all. Austin Prince just coming in life, no limits. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Peggy Monday in the building. And God bless you, my people. I just want us to move on right now. I know saying the comment section will packed very, very soon. But when I know the breaking news where it happened since yesterday. Adelaja Ogobi, my brother, just coming in. Thank you very much. God bless you. Good evening to you. Breaking news, we say IBB, where everybody know as Babangida, don't come out, come confess. Come confess, tell us, say, after 32 years old, say, see, and so it happened, and so it happened. And at the end of the day, Abiola na him win the election and all that. But listen, guys, you see the kind of thing that happens sometimes in our country you're beginning to ask yourself, say, wait till they happen. Now only Nigeria, somebody go commit any kind of crime because they don't old, it cannot be penalized. According to waiting this screen right now, I'd like to take one or two because we have a couple of videos to play today. IBB breaks silence, says Abiola won June 12 presidential election. Yes, after over 32 years of silence, following the annulment, some people might not know what annulment means. To annul something means invalid. Yes, invalid, not count. IBB come now, come tell us, say, see how it happened. But before I will continue with the confession of IBB, before I will continue with this confession, okay, let's listen to his confession. Then I'll come back again to the history, how they take by and deny Abiola his position. Watch this.
As the leader of the military administration, I accept full responsibility for all decisions taken under my watch. And June 12 happened under my watch. Mistakes, oversights, and missteps happened in quick succession. But I say in my book, in all matters we acted in the supreme national interest so that Nigeria could survive. Our nation's march to democracy was interrupted, a fact that I deeply regret, but Nigeria survived and democracy is still alive, a testament to our resilience and commitment to progress. This book is part of my personal story of that encounter with national history. I did not travel alone. I undertook the challenging work of leadership in the company of many patriots. Many are still here, while others have gone the way of all the flesh. I cannot name all our allies and fellow travelers, but let me acknowledge the contributions of men like late Augustus Ihomu, Commodore Ebitu Ukiwe, General Ike Nwachukwu, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, Dr. Kalu Idika Kalu, Dr. Tunji Olagunju, Chief Olufalaye Nahu Kabesi, the late Professor Oje Tunji Aboyade. By the way, he was an outstanding man. The late Alhaji Rilwanu Lukman, the late Professor Humphrey Umosu, the late Professor Omo Omorui, the late Professor Gurian Ezekwe, the late Professor Tam David West, the late Professor Babatunde Papumwa, the late Professor Walikoe Ramsankuti, the late Dr. Shatima Mustafa, the late Alhaji Bunu Sharif Musa, the late Rear Admiral Patrick Koshoni, Lieutenant General Alani Akinyade, General Ali Gusau, General Haliru Akilu, the former Senate President Brigadier David Mark, Brigadier General Tunde Ogweha, Colonel Abubakar Nengiwa Umar, the late UK Bello, the late General Nuhu Gomaji, Colonel Sambo Dasuki, and a whole list of prominent colleagues. And friends of all of them, fellow travelers in the challenging work of leadership. The second aspect of today's event is establishing a...
All right. This thing shocked me, Sha. Normally, in a country that works, now this hall, now they're supposed to bundle IBB, Babangida, go jail. But you see, them. There was clapping. Now them. If you check that hall, now all of them will cause the pains where you and I they face today. Now all of them they inside that hall. They were clapping. Somebody confessed. Waiting he do that caused so many lives. 32 years ago, people were clapping. People were raining praises. You can see right there on the screen. IBB confessed Babangida should be in jail by Sowore. He also attacked Peter Obi there. Babangida made me who I am today. I would have been a dead man. Otto Eze, you know, how I challenged IBB, told him and all that, Tinubu, all of them, they here. I'm going
my own conviction stems from the fact that Nigeria is so backwards, that justice is so delayed, that people's lives are ruined. The economy of this country was destroyed. The future of this country was suspended in 1993 by Babangida. And for him to come back 32 years later to slap the Nigerian people in the face, across the face, with a book launch and the launch for his presidential library, which raised over 17 billion in 3 hours, instead of rotting in jail, shows that Nigeria is not working. Nigeria has never worked, and we must make sure that this country works, so that people who engage in impunity and criminal activities just don't get away with it in such a way that they're even rewarded years later. I feel so sad. But it's interesting that this has been our position for the 32 years, that Abiola won the election, she ought to have been made president immediately. And this country made considerable progress, traveling down the lane of democratic progress, and also, I believe, economic progress. But that was suspended and disrupted by Babangida and his gangs, and they came back yesterday. That room that when he launched his book yesterday was the gathering of all the criminals that made Nigeria unable to progress.
IBB says he didn't personally annul the result of the election or the election. He is pointing the accusing finger at the late General Sani Abacha, who was his then Minister of Defense. But he says it takes responsibility because it happened in his administration. Specifically, IBB says that Abacha went ahead to make the announcement, or to ask for the announcement to be made, annulling the election without his approval, IBB's approval. What's your take on that?
IBB has never told the truth in his life, and I'm not surprised that he has continued to engage in falsehood. The Yorubas have a common saying that when a criminal wants to lie, he will say that his witness has died. And that is what IBB did exactly with mentioning Abacha. IBB never wanted to hand over power. We were part of this. Nobody told me the story. We forced him out of power August of 1993. He postponed the transition program several times. And even Bola Tinubu, who was there yesterday, mentioned that even after they had their weak diarchy, in which there were elections to elect senators, lawmakers, IBB severally postponed the launch of the legislative arm of government, which he had sanctioned elections for, because he never wanted to hand over power. He wanted to become a civilian president, and he just kept dribbling the Nigerian people for as long as it lasted, until he dribbled himself. He dribbled himself out of power. That was why he was given the sobriquet Maradona, and he later also confirmed that he did so much evil to Nigerians that he accepted the label of being an evil genius.
He's also said yesterday at that book launch that the decision and the actions taken were in the interest of Nigeria to avert some unnamed impending doom that would have befallen the country if Abiola became president. Do you understand what he's saying? Can you relate with that? What are your thoughts on it?
No, I'm sorry to say, it is all foolish talk, and this is what happens when people don't get put in their place by the system that ought to put everybody in place in a society like ours. If IBB had been taken care of, as arrested, prosecuted, and jailed for the monumental crime he committed against Nigerian people, he would be probably due for parole now from imprisonment, and he will be begging to be paroled into freedom after 33 years. But they don't teach history anymore in our schools in a way that people can understand what's happening. I was at a conference yesterday with a lot of young people, and when we asked, and when I asked so many of them individually if they were around when IBB was doing all this, it turns out the average age in that room was 25 years. They didn't know. They just heard about IBB, annulment of June 12, and some of the things I've heard from me, on Twitter, Facebook, and just other platforms, what they were told. So there is no strong connection with the current generation with that very heinous crime. I must admit, and he knows that, and his collaborators and co-conspirators understand that. The Nigerians generally also have very short memory.
Some people have an issue, and I'm going to make it the final two questions so you can run off, but some people have an issue with IBB not coming out explicitly or directly to apologize, rather to say he regrets, and to admit that MK won that election. Do you think that a direct apology is necessary from this man?
No, an apology is unnecessary. It's punishment that is necessary. And, I dare say that, it doesn't matter when he's punished, but IBB ought to be punished, even if it's one day to the day of his death. He deserves to be punished.
Talking about
Yes.
punishment, finally, what should Nigerians do with this information? Yes.
I think you must understand if you are walking around in the world or you're a citizen of the globe, you would understand that it's never too late to punish people for the crimes, especially when crimes against humanity is involved. As I speak with you, there are people who are still being punished for the Second World War. There are people who participated in Nazi concentration camps, who tortured people. They're in their 90s and they're still undergoing trial. Some are still going to jail.
Yeah.
When I arrived in the U.S., I think 1999 or thereabouts, the men who carried out the bombing of the Baptist church in Birmingham, I think, one of them was 84 years old. You can try and research it. And he was arrested. They just found out he was one of the people that carried out that crime in 1963. As 1999 or thereabout, they are still in jail as we speak, if they have not died. So there's no time limitation placed on when people can be punished for this type of crimes. So apology is not what is needed, because people ought to be deterred from doing this in the future. Anybody who wants to annul election, rig election, would derive inspiration from a Babangida who did it, and then 33 years later is launching in presidential library, getting paid, and accolades poured on him. And some of the people who are even pouring accolades on him were people who claimed they were opposed to him at that time. And this is why I was saying that the pro-democracy movement brought together a bunch of very deceptive and, hypocritical characters. They weren't actually fighting for Abiola at that time. They were just capitalizing on the popularity of the opposition of the public against the annulment. And you see them now. They have come out and they are competing to donate money to Babangida, and nobody's talking about what happens to Abiola, whose future was destroyed. His wife was killed. His family was scattered. If they admit that he won the election, then he should posthumously become the president of Nigeria. His family place. But, that's not my issue. My issue is how to get people who carry out these heinous crimes to be punished for it.
Page 2, JD said he's not going to analyze, but I will read it anyways. June 12, I feared Abiola's assassination could lead to civil war. IBB.
What we went through, was it not close to a civil war? Do you know what? And you younger people won't understand these things. Come and ask people like us what we went through just simply because a man would not do something true to his conscience and was not ready to sacrifice. Second base, Jerry. We analyze it. I'm not going to talk about it.
You usually tell this story about how you were arrested at some point.
Yeah, we're always in the trenches. Do not put something.
All of them came forward and they said one thing or the other. President Obasanjo wasn't there, but the other people were there, having one story or the other to tell. President Jonathan said something very flowery about IBB, and he apologized for the annulment. He said that it wasn't. He didn't do it. It was Sani Abacha that did it without his permission. But he took responsibility for it.
When Abacha is dead,
he took responsibility for it.
Second base, Sheriff. Let's leave that matter. You see, you finally got me into this thing. Until we learn to punish people, Sheriff, until we have a system that punishes you, whether you confess later, 50 years later or what, and makes you serve penance for what you have done. This thing we are talking about, do you know how many families were ruined because of this annulment? Why are we where we are today? And I was looking at all those VIPs yesterday, and something just crossed my mind. I was looking at them. I'm not going to mention names. I look at them. A lot of them traitors. Abiola's biggest problems were those who were closest to him. In my generation, we know them. There's nobody to come and start pulling wool over anybody's eyes. And you heard the humongous amount people were contributing. Marshall. Okay, he's launched his book, he's confessed. Good luck. So let's go to the next one.
Okay. Let's take, before we go to the next one though, yeah? Do you feel that genuinely with what happened yesterday, with that kind of support that he got from people, perhaps we're beginning to turn a new leaf as a nation? Because what I saw, wait now, why are you looking at me like that now? Let me finish my question. Okay. What I saw yesterday was at least some level of accountability, history, acknowledgement, people saying that, look, you have done this. He's saying that, yes, this happened under me. I am sorry, this and that.
What you also saw were people donating money in billions.
Well, could we have helped that?
Why are you stammering now?
Could we have helped that?
Sheriff, this country is one big conspiracy that is going around in circles. What fella used to call football government. Okay? At every point, these people know how to package themselves. It's packaging. It is packaging.
Packaging for who? For what purpose?
I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I will talk one day, not today.
Okay.
There's so much emotion in me. Not today.
Okay.
Looking at this, if this country had been a country where people are held responsible for what they've done, a lot of people who were there at that ceremony yesterday would be in jail. Okoti yegi fún wọn. Yes. For those who know, a lot of the people there, I didn't say all, a lot of the people there would have been there for various reasons. But we don't hold people responsible.
Book presentation, but a special gathering with all the trappings of a reunion of sorts for a class of Nigerians that at one time or the other presided over the affairs of the country. Nigeria's current leader, other high-profile guests from within and outside joining for the presentation of the autobiography of former military leader Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida and a fundraising for his proposed presidential library.
You have not only contributed to history making, you have contributed to documenting history. It is an important part of our nation building to keep accurate records. Please, don't be unduly worried about critics and pull him down syndrome.
It is a significant gathering in many ways. Most of those on the front row here were either at one time or the other adversaries to each other. That today, life has come in full circle and are all here together witnessing an important documentation of Nigeria's history.
There's a gentleman here who was an elected senator in 1992 in the course of Babangida's transition program. When Babangida annulled the 1993 election and General Abacha took over and dissolved the Senate, that senator tried to reconstitute the Senate in resistance to the dissolution. He was detained, charged to court. He escaped into exile. Today, he is also here to celebrate with his former tormentors. But
goodwill messages, a keynote speech by the immediate past president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo.
Up till a few years ago, I would have said without any hesitation that after years of argument and experimentation, we have come to a consensus that multi-party democracy would be the most suitable form of governance structure for our continent, including West Africa. The regional grouping ECOWAS certainly thought that this consensus was accepted throughout its member states.
In terms of your leadership, Nigerians know you contributed significantly in terms of the infrastructural development of this country and the social mobilization. We cannot write the history of Nigeria without dedicating a reasonable part to your service as the president of Nigeria. You've done well.
And many more, which actually qualify as a reenactment of Nigeria's political history.
I want to thank Your Excellency Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida for putting down your memo. I think it will go a long way in enriching the history of this country. Congratulations.
who annulled the June 12th election? Of course, I will not disclose that to you. You would have to buy the book to find out. He puts the facts out there. He gives his own reasons for the actions that he took, and he admits where he believes he was wrong. He also answers the question whether Abiola actually won the June 12th elections. And I quote him, "Although I am on record to have stated after the elections that Abiola may not have won the elections, upon deeper reflection and a closer examination of all available facts, particularly the detailed election results, which are published as an appendix to this book, there was no doubt that MKO Abiola won the June 12th elections."
Of course, the story here won't be complete if that aspect of Nigeria's history is not part of it. The man at the center of it all, IBB, reflects and admits the imperfections of the process that led to the annulment of Nigeria's adjudged freest and fairest election.
As the leader of the military administration, I accept full responsibility for all decisions taken under my watch. And June 12 happened under my watch. Mistakes, oversights, and missteps happen in quick succession. But I say in my book, in all matters we acted in the supreme national interest so that Nigeria could survive. Our nation's march to democracy was interrupted, a fact that I deeply regret, but Nigeria survived, and democracy is still alive.
And to the challenges of now, here is Nigeria's current president.
We find our leaders here. The situation that brought us together
and the one that we continue from this moment on. The revolutionary courage that brought leadership out to build our country. I'm glad that, about what is happening in America and the Europe, the contradiction that we are seeing now all over. What is it telling us? It's telling us to wake up.
That's how this event ends, but it is one that is certain to start a new round of debates on Nigeria's journey to the current political dispensation. Tokunbo Oyetunji, Arise News.
Who consulted widely before taking decisions. And I'm sure there were some people we named principalities at that time who convinced him that, no, Abiola cannot be our president. It happens till today. Some people decide, we call them owners of Nigeria, and they would have decided that, oh, no, Abiola, we cannot hand over to him. And there were people, of course, for selfish interest. He had mentioned one before, that his guys were going to kill both himself and Abiola if he handed over to Abiola. So I believe that the moment they made up their mind collectively that they were not going to hand over to Abiola, it became difficult for him alone to build the fall guy. But I think today he inched closer to accepting that, look, I'm the fall guy. I fumbled. I shouldn't have done it that way. And which is okay. Some of us would accept. Even MK Abiola himself, I can tell you, that he wanted their friendship to continue because they had a blossoming friendship at that time. But unfortunately, I don't know why it was so difficult for them to reverse, because they had at least a few days and weeks to reverse that decision, and Nigerians would have applauded and given them a standing ovation, but they missed that chance.
Even in acknowledging MKO's victory, in his speech today, he did say we acted in supreme interest, in supreme national interest. And I'm sure that's what many people want to find out. He went ahead to also say that he has paid a huge part of his debt. Do you think this will, in a way, refine his legacy, following the big fall that happened after, the big perception about what he did in annulling that election?
Well, I would have to read the book to know precisely what he's talking about. But as I said, you must respect his decision. That is his personal decision. And I'm happy that he's living with it. And he's taking full responsibility for that action, which threw Nigeria into total chaos. In fact, I don't think we have recovered from that action till today. Because on that day, on June 12, Nigerians united for once to vote for one man without considering religion or ethnicity or anything. And we missed that opportunity. Today, we are fighting on accounts of religion, of ethnicity, and all whatnot. That Abiola election would have sealed it finally, that we are one. Nigerians, wherever we meet, I just came back today, everywhere I've been, people pay my bills at restaurants, whether they are Igbo, they are Hausa, but when it comes to politics, Nigerian politicians just love to use divide and rule tactics to win elections. That's when everybody will be talking, this one is a Muslim, that one is a Christian. But we're all Nigerians, first and foremost. And Abiola was a true Nigerian, an original Nigerian who was welcomed everywhere in Nigeria and in the world. It's difficult to find such, a man in this generation. They don't manufacture such people every day in heaven.
Interestingly, IBB also took some part of the glory because we make reference to 1993 election as free, fair, and credible. And he says that he led an administration that devised a near-perfect electoral system and conducted the near-perfect election, but could not complete the process.
Yes, but it became imperfect, a near-perfect, yes, but it became imperfect with that annulment. Immediately that happened, that killed it.
I cannot forget. You were in office. You recalled we were elected. You kept on postponing. I confronted you. That you had an opportunity to make history that day. And you failed to do it. You were in office. You recalled we were elected. You kept on postponing the inauguration. You summoned us to Abuja. And when we became rancorous, you summoned us to the International Conference Center. I was not expecting to make any comment. I was just listening in my own radical manner that this man will not inaugurate us again. But before we returned to the hotel, the hotel was locked. No key. But when I was summoned by Daily Cole to make a remark, I confronted you. That you had an opportunity to make history that day. And you failed to do it. Why not inaugurate us? Why are you calling us back and postponing the inauguration day? They thought I will end up in jail. You came out right at the end of the remark. You shook me. I can't forget that picture. You said, you are courageous. That's an inspiration that is so impactful in my own life. Just for what you are. The few hours to set a day like this, I put it together. For you, you deserve it.
And then, of course, there's a gentleman here who was an elected senator in 1992 in the course of Babangida's transition program. When Babangida annulled the 1993 election and General Abacha took over and dissolved the Senate, that senator tried to reconstitute the Senate in resistance to the dissolution. He was detained, charged to court. He escaped into exile. Today, he is also here to celebrate with his former tormentors. But as President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
All right. I would like us to continue here. On that particular time, 1993, how Abiola won in almost all the states, because according to the story, you know, that Nigerians actually united during that time supporting Abiola to become the next president, the first civilian president at that time. I'd like us to take the result because the result is currently trending everywhere. In 1966 coup, not Igbo coup. I'm coming for this because I have a video that I'm going to showcase for this particular one. Says IBB. After 32 years, confession everywhere. Confession everywhere. Unasia, 1966 coup, not Igbo coup, says IBB in new book highlighted. After what? After 32 years.
Now, when you are from the records, we saw.
Watch this.
From the records, we saw that when you are being cross-examined by the council to the commission in Enugu, you said it was the North that waged war on Biafra.
The North, in fact, the first division from the North descended on Biafra from Nsukka.
Is that the first division of Northern Nigerian Army?
Of course, it is not first division of Northern Nigerian Army, but it was commanded by the Northern troops, Northern officers and men.
And that's your basis of saying it was the North that waged war on Biafra?
I said actually it was Nigeria that waged war, not Biafra waging war on Nigeria.
No, you said the North in your evidence.
It must be lipsus linguae.
Thank you very much. Now, you said it was in your book and in your evidence that the coup at 1966 January was long overdue.
That was what I felt. That was my opinion.
Do you still feel that a military coup is the best solution to political problems of countries such as Nigeria? Now, as you are there now on oath.
The situation in 1966 cannot by any means be equated to the situation now in Nigeria.
Now, do you agree? Now, what I'm saying is, maybe you don't understand my question.
I do understand your question. In 1966, how I felt then might not necessarily be how I feel now.
Okay. Do you still believe that military as an alternative to political government or to democratic government is the best solution?
Right now that I am an old man, I feel otherwise.
Okay. And you know that that first attempt you made was the beginning of the military incursion into democratic rule in Nigeria.
Very right. It is not the handover or button changing that you keep having after that.
Okay. Now the Ohaneze petition and your evidence said there was to be a planned jihad on January 17th. It came from your evidence.
I said it's in my book, which was published in 1981.
Listen to my question, please.
Yes, I said so.
Now, immediately after talking about the jihad, they said the coupists.
There's nothing called.
Listen now, those who planned the coup is the same thing.
They are coup plotters.
Yes, the coup plotters, it doesn't matter. The coup plotters were to install Chief Abiola as the president.
That's what they plan to do.
Which of them? Those who planned the jihad or your own, those who planned...
You talk about planning the jihad. Those of us concerned with the coup of January 66 did not plan any jihad.
Yes.
In fact, they carried the coup, they moved fast to preempt jihad. That's what I said.
Listen,
and it's so well recorded.
No, it's no question of well recorded. You see, you planned a coup.
And speak eloquently in this manner in Nigeria? Do we? It's a question I'm just asking because this man, although I don't know his name, I have so much respect for him. You can see the boldness, very eloquent. You can see his braveness. You can see how he was answering every question. In fact, correcting the man that was asking him question. Do we still have people like this? Bribery, corruption, don't scatter everybody for Nigeria, almost everybody for Nigeria. And they want to hate politicians, mean they get credit of $1 million or 2 million naira in their account. All of them are saying, my leader, everywhere, look at my state. All our front runner youth, all of them have been captured. Ordinary 500K, you put them for their account, they become useless forever. These are graduates. Majority of them are currently useless. Totally useless. Politicians know them and know how to use them. Just put 500K or 1 million for their account. All of them become a talkative and useless entity. Do we still have people like this that can speak like this in Nigeria? You know, I'm not sure say they. Wait, they. Now, if we have, it's very, very minimal. Very, very few. Very, very few. Anyway, I'd like us to move on. I'm going to post out a link now. For those of you that want to join the panel today, you can start coming in. My presentation is not done yet, though, but you can start coming in. Appreciate you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Appreciate you all. Okay, the name is a link can be posted anyway. I can see my brother posted the name just now. In case you could, that's the name, Captain Bole or Bolue. Hey, that name bias again. Bolue or Bule. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Somebody needs to come to the panel to pronounce it properly for me. Okay. I have so much respect for that man. So much respect for him. So much. But I'd like us to move on. How Abiola take win across the states in Nigeria. I want you guys to see this. Let me take this out of the screen quickly. Bear with me. Okay, you can see there. I don't know where Tofa Deo. Tofa is a state. Okay, Tofa is a person that will compete with him or something. All right.
Tofa na the Fulani man will compete with Abiola.
Okay. All right. Thank you, my brother. I know you know history better than me. But meanwhile, let's start with the states. As you can see, the result at that time, Abuja FCT, Tofa got 18,000 something, Abiola got 19,000, he beat him there. Abia, Tofa got 151,000, while, okay, Madarita, I don't see you. Give us a mandate, I don't see you. Oga Henry, I don't see you. I need to concentrate on this, my reading right now. Thank you very much, my people. Let me bring you in quickly. All right. Abia, Tofa win 151. Adamawa, Tofa win. Akwa Ibom, Tofa lose there. Abiola win 214,000 though. You can see right there. Anambra, Abiola win 212,000. Bauchi, Abiola win 339,000. Benue State, Abiola win 264,000. Now this one ended in the fight or whatever. No, this is crazy. It's crazy. But meanwhile, all the states you can see here, Benue State, Tofa, Abiola beat him 153. Cross River State, Abiola beat him 183,000. Delta State, Abiola beat him 327,000. Edo State, at that time, Abiola beat him for my own state 205,000. Enugu, Abiola beat him, right? Okay, Abiola is slightly loose to run there, 266 to 84,000. Imo State, Tofa win 195. While Jigawa, Abiola beat him 138,000. Kaduna, Tofa lose to Abiola. Abiola got 389,000. Unasiam, I just say make a showcase all this, so I don't need to read it anymore. You can see there, Abiola win 80%. 80% of the states, if not 90, as you can see right there on the screen. Why the last one, the one I just put right there. You can see, Ondo State, Abiola got 883,000. You see?
You see Lagos State too. You see Lagos State vote.
Bila say I don't pass him, right? I don't know.
He clear ram.
I will come back there now. See, Osun State, Abiola win 365. Oyo, Abiola win 536. See the now wow. See the way my Yoruba people they turn up. They turn up like this, so for everybody.
Naija watch. Look the North Central. Look the North Central. All the North Central.
The same way happened when they call your happened for the last election. Peter will be for the East. We clear all the East. So they're so different. Just put them side by side.
Exactly, they manipulated that result. You are right. You can see Lagos. Abiola cleared the 883,000 for Lagos. Tafa got 149. They just turn this man hand as they take turn Peter Obi hand. Turn and go corner. See where we did today. Tribalism, ethnicism, hypocrisy, satanism. All of them will not let us take Nigeria take grow. Look where we are today. As I talk to Natasha now.
Naija watch.
no light for Lagos. 2 weeks.
Do you know that during this election, there was nothing like I come from North, I be Hausa, I be Fulani, I be Igbo, I be Bini. There was nothing like that. Everybody voted according to the information he has, according to how he won't vote. No beating
Anyway,
in polling booth.
Let me finish my presentation. You guys can have opportunity to talk. Very, very, very sad. Now, because of all these things, now they cancel history so that you cannot pass history to your children. If you explain that for your living room, your children can never understand, because they will understand better when their teachers are, reading it or showcasing it to them. So this is one of the reasons why they cancel history for Nigeria. But meanwhile, everything to do with Abiola, because I have two things to showcase today. I'd like us to quickly move on with other stuff that I have for you guys here. But the one I want to show is a very pathetic one. It's still part of the reason why we are where we are today. You know the right person that can rule Nigeria to give us a better country. You don't ever support people like that because you want to do the wrong thing. This is a very pathetic audio that you're going to listen to now. In Nigeria, where they kidnap, I use PG talk am, but I will cover them because some things, but I don't want you to focus on the voice. Now,
So,
this.
as I was saying, can you hear me?
I can hear.
So as I was saying, so by the time when the network was not going on Sunday, even I wanted to go on Sunday, I just told my dad, the only speaker I shouldn't go. I canceled the flight ticket to Monday for 6:15. But then joined GTB and everything at Tadawala, no network. So, and my meeting is 10 o'clock at Abiola.
Okay, I will need to take that out and play it again from another source, because I don't want the things that is showing to show, because it gets some things where they show where I'm not supposed to showcase for here. So bear with me. Let me go back there again. Okay, let's go from here. Thank you.
As I was saying, can you hear me?
I can.
Please carefully listen to everything on this audio. Listen.
So as I was saying, so by the time when the network was not going on Sunday, even I wanted to go on Sunday, I just told my dad, the only speaker I shouldn't go. I canceled the flight ticket to Monday for 6:15. But then joined GTB and everything at Tadawala, no network. So, and my meeting is 10 o'clock at Abidjan Chambers of Commerce. So even the DG called me that they're expecting me. So I just had to left home. By the time we get to between Ondo and Kaba, that's when they shoot up. So I'm bleeding.
So they block you on the road. How it happened?
It just happens, sir. They just shoot us. There's a bullet in my body. They're asking for 100 million. I'm telling my friend,
where are we going to get that one?
I've told my friend, I've told my partner, they are running out.
Ah.
All right, sir. That's what happened.
Can I talk to the man?
Then we pleading with him. Yeah, he's here. Just a 6 months more. Now the other out.
No.
Now they want pass phone to the man where kidnap him. Now they don't shoot him. 2 bullet day body. I don't want to showcase him for here. You know, 2 bullet day body. Listen to what the kidnapper want talk. After this man talk, say they not get 100 million. Listen to the kidnapper response.
Also, Oga, please, what can you do for us, you? Because I'll be calling the number since day before yesterday. I don't know what is happening. I'm not okay. What?
No, you don't let it happen.
Hey, don't tell me what happened now, but that amount, where are we going to get it? With the economic of Nigeria. You don't get money now, you don't get anything. Please,
if you don't get anything, please. If you don't get anything.
Please try to come down with that amount, please, I beg.
Listen to me.
Huh?
If you not listen to me very well.
Okay.
I not force you people make to go find money. No. I not force you to go fight for what you not get. I know fit. But if you not get, I get bullets where I used to shoot them.
Why?
What is there for in body? so that everything will settle.
Please, I beg. What can we? What step can you do for us to reduce the ransom?
As we the talk now, bullets he gave for him body.
Huh?
If he that one no reach, may I add another one. May it go be 2. May it go be 3. Now 2 days for him body. May I add 1.
Don't have anything, please, I beg, for Christ's sake. Please, what can you do for us to reduce the money for us? Maybe we go find 10 million. Please. Please.
Listen to me.
Listen
to me.
Okay, listen.
Now the last guy I told you people.
100 million.
If you no get, forget about this man. May I let you know. Now for where.
Please, what can you do for us?
All right. This is a very pathetic one. This is the young man there, or rather the man, that's him. That 24 hours they give him. This happened yesterday, so probably they will buy him this today or tomorrow. And the kidnappers, they're not willing to negotiate the 100 million. So if they not bring the 100 million, say they go buy him 24 hours. And I already they talk, say they will not beg you, may go look for money. You don't need to look for money. No worry, we don't already put 2 bullets for a body. We still get extra bullet to go put for a body. So no worry, we not the force you may go look for money. That was the statement of the kidnapper. Well, you see, this is what you create. When we say, let's have a better country, some of you tribalistic fools una go say no. Lie, my village man must be there. Because it's not we saw it now during the 2023 election when that Yoruba woman was saying, no, I don't go vote for, now my brother I go vote for. I don't go vote for Obi not be my brother. I don't go vote for Atiku not be my brother. Now Tinubu not be my brother. I played that video more than 20 times here. We know the talk with you, we don't know. And if you push me, some of you satanic listening now, I will do research, I'll bring her back for you again.
Kidnapper don't know language, don't know tribal. Kidnapper don't know tribe.
At the end of the day, this man now, I don't know what he go save him now. If people talk for social media, our IGP or whatever, they go trace people, arrest them, right? The same people now, they talk for social media, they negotiate money, they never still fit trace this man, they rescue him. This young man now, fine man, everything go like that. Probably. Like I saw this man go go. The way with the look and so. Very, very sad. And the person where it be so. Now they said a Afenifere youth leader, a Jajuni, yes, a Afenifere youth leader. Now the man be. Make I bring this one on screen because now Sowore platform I post them. Hold on, let me put this on screen. So maybe because it's better we know the person rather than just seeing the face right there. Bear with me, guys. When we go they talk for a year, I will say no. Wait till we they talk. What do you know? What do you know? What are you talking about? May we get better Nigeria that will be favorable to you and I. Now I will say lie, we are not going to ever agree. Make I put that for screen. Make una for see am. Okay, not be 24 hours, now 48 hours now they give up. Okay, maybe that's tomorrow night go expire now. See am. According to Sahara Reporter, audio kidnappers threatening to buy a Afenifere youth leader. See am there. 100 million non-negotiation. Non-negotiable. See the man. As he sit down for ground, so they say 2 bullets already there, body there. The man was the person that was explaining earlier on. Saying, now inside can you deal? The next thing that they see bullet left and right. What is all this? May we get better Nigeria. Now see lie over on a dead body. We're not go agree.
Okay, sorry to cut you, I beg. I think they donate billions for the man who ring election, June 12 election.
Yes, they donated almost 20 billion, 17 billion.
Now they're not going to go pay money, go to the school running young man.
within 2 hours. It's sad. I just pray God help you, my brother. I don't know what I want to talk. The best I can do is what I'm doing for you right now with my platform. That's what I always do here. I use my platform to do the right thing. I use my platform to call for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I use my platform to speak for the voiceless Nigerians all the time. That's the best I can do. Sometimes, you know, I still use my platform to raise money for those that I know that, yeah, they genuinely need this money. You know, I do give away on my own privately sometimes. The best I can do is what I'm doing right now. It's very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. So we find ourselves here. Mr. Alex, please talk to us. 3 minutes quickly. Yes. Thank you, sir. My presentation is still ongoing.
Thank you. I greet everybody on the panel, on the diaspora.
Good evening to you.
Worldwide. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening. For me, now that he has made a confession that he annulled the election and Abiola won, what is the DSS doing right now? Are they not supposed to get him arrested?
Oh.
Because people that participated in the Second World War, even the genocide of Rwanda, they are still being tried in different courts across the world. What is the Nigerian DSS doing about this right now? What's the police doing? What's the IG of police doing about this right now? What's the judiciary doing? I mean, to that man just now. There's supposed to be a warrant issued because we are in a democracy now. A warrant of arrest is supposed to be issued for the arrest of Babangida, regardless of the age. Now he has confessed. He's supposed to be out of court right now.
They were clapping.
Yes, it's a law made for the
and they blessed him with over 70 billion naira for his confession.
No, Mr. Ellis, and this country, we are very religious. Our governors, they go to the mosque, they go to the church. Some of them worship their shrine and they showcase it. What is the essence of this state if there are no justice? This is why the country has no peace because of the injustice of the civil war, of Abiola election, of innocent lives claimed. Are they going to just confess and go and sleep and build the library? Really? Why are we in a democracy? I call on human rights, all human rights organizations. I call on the legal luminary. I call on Michael Sekome, Femi Felana, human rights people. Call out now and speak for the late MKO's family. Ask for more justice. Ask questions. Yes, I call on Mr. Sowore. Thank you. You are speaking. So please speak more. I call Nigerians in diaspora, Nigerians back home here, ask for justice for Abiola's family. I'm not a fan of P12 anymore because if Tinubu now was not allowed to rule, we will not know what God showed us, what God saved us from. That's why sometimes, yes, I want justice, but at the same time, I don't feel bad anymore when I've seen what Obasanjo did and what Tinubu is doing. Who knows what Abiola would have done? But that does not mean we should deny them justice.
You did.
So yes, every 8 years we keep seeing abracadabra. Everybody come with all sorts of CV. He's a businessman. He's a very rich man. He does not need Nigerian money. But once they come inside, they become devils and evil. In 2025, we are still talking about drinkable water, insecurity, kidnapping.
All right. Mr. No, not go like that. Not go like that because you sound biased by calling on everybody. You know, say you call on Peter Obi. Why be say if you concern our own, go they beat around. Talk and where, please. Talk and where, I beg.
Okay, let me say something about Mr. Peter Obi. So in 2052 or 2060, another person will come on wheelchair now and tell us Peter Obi actually won this election. That's 40 years ago, right?
Yes.
So we are in our 80s and 90s.
Yes.
Somebody come and tell us that he was INEC chairman, he was president then.
Yes. Yeah, but call on Peter Obi to speak against this satanism.
I call on Mr. Peter Obi. I call on Peter Obi and the biggest movements.
Exactly. No more than not they jump on our own.
Yes, my brother, we are all humans. Sometimes the brain is full. Everybody's out for
And when it comes to our own, we become human. Eh? Eh. Thank you, my lovely brother. Thank you. When it comes to our own, automatically we all will become human. All of us. Peter Obi never talk now. He never talk on this matter. I don't know whether he did that hall, but I just
Naija watch. You today in a hurry. He go talk. He go talk.
Okay, no wahala. But my first day in the hurry first. No worry. No worry.
You did for fast track now.
My first your day in the hurry. No matter. You see, I'm not just start to defend now.
Who don't talk? Which person don't talk now? Not be only Sowore don't talk. Which other person don't talk?
Okay, you say make I call. Now I say make Tinubu talk.
Call all of them. Not be only. Call all of them.
No, only way to concern me now. Go call. No verse.
Na lie. You are a Nigerian. Call all of them.
Now only Peter will be concern me. I beg. No,
we are in a situation of reconciliation now, so that we correct it.
Do you know that I'm one of the happiest persons? Peter will be not inside that satanic call yesterday. Maybe I'm mistaken, but if he did, I will never be happy. But
Naija watch. Let's take advantage of this confession to remedy Nigeria's situation.
Anyway,
that is what I know.
Yesterday, I don't go stretch this area anymore. I do video last night, around 2 for that yesterday. After I finished our broadcast, I uploaded it concerning Abiola going to, or rather, China's television going to his house, to go interview him and all that. So if you want to watch the video was uploaded on my channel yesterday. I'm not playing that at all, But meanwhile,
I sent you a video.
Which one? Which video?
It did for your WhatsApp. You must play him.
What video?
The video was Abubakar. What is it? The former vice president spoke on how the opposition took money from this present government.
Not be today.
I talk yesterday. They say my mouth is smell. Say na lie. I repeat them again. They with you there.
We'll plan tomorrow. Okay.
Let me quickly. Come here. I will talk on that one today.
Oshomole, get with you. Want talk for here? Make we quickly listen to this particular one here so that we can move on.
Senator representing Edo North, Adams Oshiomhole, to celebrate the occasion, singing the popular Yahweh song.
The miracle working God, your name is Yahweh. 100 days ago, just 100 days ago, you made Monday the government of Edo. 100 days ago, just 100 days ago, you made Monday governor of Edo. Right now, is governor. Just Yahweh, Yahweh, your name is Yahweh. You are the miracle working God. Your name is Yahweh.
Now that's interesting, quite interesting. Very joyous to see, but joining us now to evaluate the performance of the Abiola administration over these past 100 days, its challenges, its prospects, is Ogbeide Ifalui Isiobo, a former Edo State Commissioner for Digital Economy. Thank you so much for joining us here on Newsday.
Thank you for having me, and good afternoon to you.
Well, it seems it's a lot of enjoyment and celebration on the end of the governor and his team. But some people, not to be a Debbie Downer, but some people would ask, is 100 days even enough to evaluate the strength of one's administration?
Well, some people hold the view that 100 days is not enough to give a holistic assessment of an administration's performance. However, people also hold the view, and very strongly too, that 100 days is more than enough for a government to show her policy direction to the people, for a government to show the trajectory that she intends to travel through, to bring prosperity and peace to the people. But sadly, what we have seen, in the last 100 days is superfluity of nothing. The governor was unable to explain to the people yesterday when he was being interviewed his plan and his purpose for the people. How can it be that in just 100 days we have seen the governor commit impeachable offenses? In 100 days, we have seen the governor disobey court orders and ignore Supreme Court rulings. In 100 days, we have seen a complete destruction of the digital infrastructure Edo is known to have. In 100 days, we have seen touts and hooligans come back to our streets to enforce collection of revenues. In 100 days, wherever you go, people ask you, are you from Edo State? And they make mockery of you because we've made merchandise of ourselves. And they tell you that your governor is not even able to read his own budget figures. In 100 days, we've seen the deputy governor, almost lose his mind because he's been excluded from key government functions and cannot even be allowed to nominate a commissioner from his local government. In 100 days, we've seen the governor appoint majorly people from his own local community. And Edo people are saying this is extreme ethnocentric chauvinism, syphilitic parochialism, and epileptic nepotism, if you allow me to borrow the words of Patrick Obayegbon. So Edo people are hopeless, and it is a shame because before now, we were the cynosure of all eyes. Everyone was coming to Edo to see what was going on. Edo was the first state in West Africa to go completely paperless. When we were in government, all government correspondence, mail or memos, were done through our ERP platform. And what were we doing? We were improving efficiency, improving effectiveness, reducing corruption. And we had other subnationals, Lagos, Kwara, Delta, come to learn from what we're doing in Edo. We even had national government. Rwanda came here, Kenya came here to figure out what are you doing differently. Edo was on a path of progress and on a trajectory of prosperity. But suddenly we have the temporary government, if you allow me, today has pushed all those aside. And on the interview the governor had yesterday, you could see a pile of files on his table. And I was in quandary, how fast have we deteriorated? We were not using files any longer in Edo State. Civil servants had 48 hours to respond to mails or memos, and they could easily do that on their devices. We made available laptops across the civil and public service. How come is it that Edo now, nobody's talking about us in glowing terms any longer, but we've made mockery of ourselves, and they're making mockery of governance? What you just saw just now was skit making. Is that what Edo is now known for, content creation? When the people are yearning for development, and they're wondering. Edo people used to be so proud of the government we had in Godwin Obaseki. If it came to digital transformation, Edo was number one. If it came to improving the procurement process, Edo was number one. In terms of transparency, we were number one. We had archived 20 million files in our database, such that if you, from 1999 till we left government, any information you want about Edo State, we had it in our database. We had laid over 2,000 kilometers of fiber optic cables connecting all 18 local government councils in the state. We were the first state to ever have a Tier 3 data center, that even some national governments do not even have. So Edo was different. You see, people generally agree that although Edo was in the same physical, geographical location as Nigeria, we're not at the same developmental space as Nigeria. We were going far above what you could normally expect of a subnational in Africa. But suddenly, how can it be that the present Edo State government has given the enforcement or collection of revenues from market women or bus drivers and small businesses to touts and hooligans and lunatics? How can it be that a state is now giving statutory functions of revenue collection to third parties? That is illegal and unconstitutional. And these are the issues that really bother the people. The people are saying that in education, what's your plan for education? The governor showed us 3 classroom blocks that he had been able to construct in 100 days. I was not expecting to see projects, very honestly, but we were expecting to see a policy direction. We're expecting to understand the trajectory of this government. Can the governor even come to express himself to the people? Let's understand the quality of your thoughts if you must lead us. And that is why the people are hopeful that the judiciary will stand up to the occasion and do what is right and give Aswan Ighodalo, who truly won the highest number of lawful votes, his mandate back.
All right, then, very, interesting points that you've made there.
All right, I'll leave that one right there. Although the interview is longer than that, but because I really want to move on quick here, let's recapitulate on what happened yesterday with Natasha Akpoti, versus the Senate President Akpabio. Then we'll take it from there. But before we go there, we have our sister Precious who responded to this same situation of Natasha versus Akpabio.
For all the Natasha issue, now this one I pay me pass.
You don't have any reason whatsoever to disrespect him like that. I'm a woman, yes. Okay, I don't know what happened in the house, but
you don't know. That is why you should shut up your mouth. You don't know. That is why you should stop sounding like a perpetual fool. Cause you don't know. I don't find your hand on tire. I know Siam. Idiots like you are the reason why we are here like this as a country. When you should say truth the way they are. You be a slicking. You people be twerking for fools. A fellow woman is standing on her right and she's telling the Senate President to his face, I am not afraid of you. You cannot silence the voice of Kogi people. I am here to represent them. This is not the first time you are dehumanizing me and you are giving her 24 hours to apologize. Now go kill you at that 24 hours. You people are mad. Senate President is known to be a lousy talker. The evidence are there. Is it not the same person that said something to Natasha one time and came out to apologize? Or is it not the same person that allegedly told protesters to go and protest when they are eating and later they said that's not what he said? The records are there. So if somebody is calling him out for his bullshit, you should stand behind that person, man or woman. Stop talking like somebody with rabies. This same woman that went to election that time, the governor of our state, Kogi State, Yaya Bello, Break Road said they want to renovate on the day of election. So people will not be able to go and vote for her. But yes, people voted for her. And she don't reach chambers. You want her to shut up because one man said so. All of you are they mad. Natasha, Oti, and I can get for you. And I stand attention for you. I say sisterhood is part of you. Anybody tries to silence your voice, shame! Oh my God, and to those supporting evil, more Natasha Akpoti is coming. Repeat after me. More Natasha Akpoti is coming. Una the Chris.
Viewers, let's begin what's trending by taking reactions to the heated argument that erupted between the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and the lawmaker representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan, over a change in sitting arrangements on the floor of the Senate on Thursday. The disagreement began when Akpoti Uduaghan's seat was reassigned at the start of plenary, but she refused to comply with the reallocation. The chief whip of the Senate, Mr. Mungono, cited constitutional provisions and warned that failure to adhere to the new seating arrangement could have consequences. Will Akpabio back Mungono? And when Akpoti Uduaghan attempted to speak from her original seat, she was denied recognition. Well, let's take a look at the altercation before we come back for a discussion.
Order, please. Dismissed Senator Natasha, please, you are not recognized to speak from there. That is the order of the Senate.
Sir, order 10 on privileges. Order 10 on privileges.
Distinguished Senator Natasha.
Any senator may rise at any time
to
speak upon a matter of privilege suddenly arising, and he shall be prepared to move without notice. A motion declaring that the content of breach of privilege has been
that allows suspension immediately.
one-woman army. I mean, this woman was strong and fierce, but you know, you guys had a guest earlier who said, fortunately, she was not suspended because obviously probably doesn't have the right to suspend her. But the language there was kick her out of the Senate, which, you know, a lot of people were very upset about. And you know that this is not the first time we're seeing this sort of altercation between the Senate president and Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. But you know that they have released a lot of different statements, and I'll read some of them as to the reason why the altercation went ahead. And one of the comments that was made from the Senate was non-compliance, breach of Senate rules. 1. Key violation, Section 10. Senators must sit in assigned seats to be recognized for contribution. Section 56(1) allows the Senate president to rule any senator out of order if procedural guidelines are violated. Senator Natasha's refusal to sit in her reassigned seat and attempts to contribute from an unassigned position breached Senate protocol. That's what the Senate is saying. But you know that Natasha had said, her argument was that she was reading from a book. And one of the comments she read from a book was that, you know, Order 10 on privileges. Natasha said, any senator may rise at any time to speak upon a matter of privilege suddenly arising, and he shall be prepared to move without notice a motion declaring that contempt or breach of privilege has been committed, or referring to the matter to the Committee on Ethics and Privileges. But if the matter is raised in Committee of the whole Senate, the chairman shall leave the chair to report progress. I had to help Natasha read that order that she was refused to read out for the Senate. And we didn't understand why the Senate president just couldn't, you know, exercise a little bit of patience just to listen to her for a bit. But let me just take some comments. I know we have to take the reactions because Nigerians have spoken. This is from Rinu Odwola. She wrote, just 7 months ago, Akpabio insulted Senator Natasha in the chamber, saying the Senate is not a nightclub where anybody can talk anyhow. Today, he asked security to take a democratically elected senator out of the chamber. What does Akpabio have against Natasha Akpoti? Then Flying Scholar wrote, Nigeria has yet to achieve even 15% representation of women in politics, and the few who have been duly elected still face various forms of oppression. Shame on Senate President Akpabio. This is not the first time he has attempted to silence his colleagues, particularly women, in the chamber. Well, another response that, you know, the Senate had, you know, reacted to was that, you know, the adjustment was not singularly targeted at Senator Natasha Akpoti. They wrote clarification. Multiple senators were affected due to party realignments. Traditional Senate protocol. Newer members typically start in back rows and move forward. Senator Natasha's reassignment moved her closer to the front, a positive sign of her growing stature. Well, Rufai, before you speak, because I know that you're ready. In the wake of all that drama, an old video surfaced online showing the then Senator Godswill Akpabio flouting the Senate standing order under the Saraki-led Senate. In the video, Akpabio insisted on speaking even while he was not permitted to speak by the then Senate President, Bukola Saraki. Let's take a look.
You can go to your seat. Then when you get to your seat, I'll recognize you.
Next to Senator Kwankwaso, until I was led by the sergeant at arms that this is my seat.
I asked the clerk. I asked the clerk whether he allocated that seat to you. He said he didn't.
He told me he would prefer to sit here. So I said there is no microphone there, but he said he will still prefer to sit there.
If there's been a senator that I've allowed to speak without a microphone, state. That's never happened in this chamber. All we said is there's no microphone where you are. Go to a place where there's one and you can speak. Now you have the floor, speak and let us make progress.
All right, that was then Senator Akpabio there. He wasn't even sitting, he was standing and arguing with Bukola Saraki. He was standing, he wasn't even on the chair. They didn't ask exactly. They didn't say walk him out. But let me read another comment from the Senate, and which is backing what Akpabio had flouted at that time. Upholding parliamentary order and decorum. The Senate operates under structure. The Senate's President's decision was lawful, necessary, and aligned with parliamentary norms. The assertion of unfair treatment is unfounded, as Senator Natasha's actions breached the Senate's standing orders. In parliamentary democracy, rules ensure fairness, not individual preference. I mean, look at that. You have been itching. Go ahead. I'm giving you the floor.
I mean, I don't believe in all of these rebuttals by Akpabio's people
Yes.
from his office, from taxpayers' money being paid to them. They are doing their job.
They're doing their job.
What did we see? We saw constant attempts to silence Natasha, which we will not take. And please, for Mr. Akpabio and the likes of his ilk that don't respect women in this country, please remind them that women also fought for this democracy. In case you don't know, you can go and read up on the likes of Gambo Sawaba. Women also got beaten for this democracy. They fought for the nationhood of this country. So we must respect them. Because I've seen a constant attitude. That's why when the senator came here and was trying to defend the indefensible, he did it. In fact, it was because of public outcry, Senator Akpabio had to appeal and apologize to Natasha Akpoti the last time when he said this place is not a beer parlor, it's not a club and things like that. He's done it many times. What's the bone of contention sits here? You can have a tiff as regards sitting positions and all of that. There can be reactions and counter-reaction. But the words uttered by Senator Akpabio by saying, we'll tell the Sergeant of Arms to take you out. Who told them to take him out when he did his? Oh, we'll suspend you. That's the high-handed nature. And that's why I wasn't surprised when the senator came here and says, our father. Who is your father? Our father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Is that it? Is that what the Senate has become? First, a month ago, she must be given a right to speak. As she was standing on pre-existing privileges, orders, while she was saying it, just like what Akpabio too stood on. At least let her make her points. And the next thing since yesterday, the media office of Akpabio and his cohorts have been in overdrive, spinning all sorts of stories and bringing them out, trying as much as possible. Why are they on the offensive?
Right.
We must give her a chance to speak.
Yes.
He likes it or he doesn't like it. He must learn how to treat women properly. He likes it or doesn't like it, and we must reiterate it.
Exactly. That video is long. You can go watch that on our Rise because we don't have time anymore. But I still have one video concerning Natasha Akpoti. But before that, I also left a comment on our page. The beautiful thing about it is that this is the second time she's doing it. I left a comment on her page and I sent her a private message. She always acknowledged my messages. I acknowledged her, I applauded her during that time she did that road in Edo State. She acknowledged it with gratitude. The same thing she did again yesterday night. I left this comment on her page because she posted something, then I left this comment right there. I said, firstly, I would like to commend your courage, bravery, and sagacious sagacity. Today, just imagine Akpabio's choice of word, take her out of the Senate, just like a nobody, just like a nobody. Prepare her immediate suspension. Just imagine someone like this be a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We don't finish. All of us, they criticize Tinubu every day now. Tinubu never act like this. Then I went on. That is unacceptable, absurd, irrational, and disgraceful display of pettiness on the Senate House. I wondered why Akpabio have chosen this line of authoritarianism and dictatorianism. I would like to remind you, Mr. Senate President, that Nigeria is a democratic nation and everyone in that house is an elected senators and reps. They were elected by their constituents. I talked this yesterday for my media. Now remember, yes, because there's no people where they just bring like that. Now people now elect them, go there and represent us. So constitutionally and according to the Nigerian 1999 Constitution, as amended, you must respect and honor every individualism in the House. You can't be denying their rights and privileges. And this, my comment, attracted lots of people as well. But for Natasha Akpoti to, for the second time, acknowledge my presence, my comments, to acknowledge me, just to put it like that, it means a lot. that this woman is ready not just to work for Nigeria or his constituency but to carry everybody along. We should condemn what is wrong at all times. We should condemn what is wrong. It doesn't matter whoever that is involved. But meanwhile, Dr. What is it called? What was this man? This radio man. Okay, let me just play it. He went there. They called him unaware, and she have this to say.
Prize for Una.
Brekete family, yes.
Hello.
Hello, distinguished Senator Natasha. Good morning, Gima. Hello, ma.
Good morning.
You there live on air as I call you so.
Oh.
You there comfortable to talk to me? Abi, you go end the call, make I call you back. Abi, you go call back.
Oh my God, this is ordinary president, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Your voice.
Yes, ma'am. Distinguished Senator, ma.
I had. Okay. I'm actually confused. You've just taken me unaware.
Hey, sorry.
But I just didn't want to speak about this. I've turned down a lot of interviews and requests from television stations, but I have utmost respect for you.
Oh my goodness.
And the good work you're doing, and I just have to respond safely if they're not too direct. I don't know how to say, but anyway, go ahead, please.
This is just for you to address the world.
Oh my God.
Simple. We are not asking you any question. It's for you to address the world.
Okay. Senate President, Assistant President, Ordinary President, thank you so much for calling me. My attention was drawn that you were actually speaking about the issue on your program today. So thank you so much for your concern. But the thing is, there are certain rules in the chambers that whatever I speak of in the Senate can't be used against me. That means I can't be sued.
But outside.
But if I make any utterances, considering the fact that I am facing a lot of harassment, I have been going through a lot, and I have remained quiet because I didn't want to be interpreted wrongly. I didn't want any lawsuits against me. I just wanted to be given a chance to work. A lot of my privileges have been denied. I have been pulled out from many international activities that I was part of. That is right after that whole nightclub incident that happened last year.
Yes.
Ever since then, I have been sure. There was even a United Nations event I was supposed to attend, which the UN nominated me for. But my name was struck out that they will not promote me in any activity internationally. Okay. So every event I have been going for since last year have been self-sponsored. Whenever I feel an international event is of importance to my constituents, to Nigerian women, to Nigeria, I buy my tickets myself and I fund my trips myself. I just don't speak about it. So I have been going through a lot. So yesterday was just that changing my seat was more of a chance of silencing me or alienating me from being seen. Sitting arrangements is very critical. Like when the nearer you sit, positions you closer before the camera and gives you an added advantage to be called upon to contribute to the bits. But the seat I was now, ordinarily, I'm already sitting at the very back. If you see me, I'm sitting actually at the last seat just before the door. But then I was now moved suddenly without notice, without any information. My seat was moved to the far corner. A part where the cameras don't capture. Like if you sit over there, the cameras you won't even be captured. Nobody will even, except maybe they zoom out and they get to see you there. You will just easily be missing out. You can raise your hands up and nobody will call you. So that is why I said no. I don't want to move to that seat. I wasn't notified. You understand? This is not a classroom. You can't just push me around. And there are other senators. There are 109 of us. Why is it me? Why do I have to move there? Why me? Just 2 weeks ago, I was removed from a committee from local content. I was moved from there because some people perceived that I was using that office to divert resources from the Niger Delta to the north. And that was not it. We have the Jakarta-Kaduna Kano pipeline, which is going to be completed by the second quarter of this year. And we need feed gas for that. And the wake of, you know, Nigeria is now positioning itself to be more productive, industrialization is picking up. So the factories up north, like other parts of Nigeria, we need greater electricity supply. And now we have CNG cars, vehicles being converted to CNG. We need, there'll be a number of CNG stations across the north and every other part, like other parts of Nigeria. We need feed gas to service all of these spots. And it was even the president that assented to the executive order. So how does that, why picking on me? Like, basically, I'm not going to mention names specifically, but there's a whole lot going on. And all I would just say is, I appreciate Nigerians for standing up. I have been going through a lot, but I will not mention names.
It's okay.
But, and in due time, if it depends on how things go, in due time, I might have to come up personally to speak on everything.
Thank you very much.
I know that right now they are planning my suspension. If I'm suspended, fine. It will not stop me from doing my work wherever I can. Do you understand? I have a number of projects in line, and I will keep serving my people. I'll keep being a voice.
Thank you very much.
Do you understand?
Thank you.
And I will keep being a law-abiding citizen. So I did not speak out of order. He was reading my suspension, and I had to invoke Order 10, which is an order of privilege, which meant instead of suspending me, if you find me faulty in any area, send me to face the Ethics and Privileges Committee, almost like a panel. That was what I did. I had to invoke that order, which was a right of every senator who felt their rights were being infringed upon. That was what I did. If I had not done that, I would have been suspended on the floor. So I had to say that to prevent the suspension at that point. But I'm aware that there are still plans on the way to suspend me. And if I'm suspended,
don't worry.
it's okay.
Distinguished Senator Natasha.
Yes, sir.
The whole world is watching now.
Thank you.
After this conversation with you, we will put a call across to the Senate President and hear his own side of the story. But I want to assure you that the masses are with you on this matter.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate distinguished Senator Natasha. My brothers, my sisters, if you now
all right, that is the end of our presentation, monologue, and everything today. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Thank you so much. Yes, sometimes it happens like this 2 hours of presentation. It's not easy for me myself here, but I wanted to carry everybody along for you guys to know what is happening across Nigeria. Unfortunately, we cannot present everything. What did they happen for Nigeria? If we have to present everything, sometimes it might take us. Probably it might take up to 10 hours or even 24 hours to present all. But let me start taking calls straight away. Thank you very much, Madam Origin, for calling in. Good evening to you, ma'am. Please talk to us. Madam Origin, are you there?
Yes, Mr. Niger.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to you. Talk to us.
How are you?
I'm very fine, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Good. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Mommy Diaspora, God bless you, ma. Thank you so very much. Thank you. And I thank all the ninjas. I thank all our panelists. I thank all the commentators. I thank God for these hundreds and thousands of Nigerians, the people that do come out to listen. And I know this devotion is not in vain. Mr. Niger, what you were talking about, that was Mr. Budi, the man that was bold and answering questions.
Yeah.
Yes, bold and courageous, and that's how it should be. Also, he said, are there any? Yes, there are so many of them. You are one of them. You are bold, you're courageous, you're diligent, you're resilient. You are doing a lot for the society. And Mr. Sowore is another one. I will talk about him a little later. And there are a few other ones, Nnamdi Kanu, PMSE, and a few others. And I say this, let me say this quickly. If I want to mention names, Al Mustafa. Sorry, excuse me.
Are you ready? Are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Go
Al Mustafa is a name in Nigeria. Al Mustafa. The weight you're carrying, when are you going to offload it? Another name I want to mention is Abdul Salami Abubakar. Babangida ruled 8 years, but he never stopped ruling. Abdul Salami Abubakar, you know what I'm talking about. Your own, I know you're going to carry it to your grave. I don't want you to offload anything. Mr. Niger, what you see, when I was young, a child, there is something in my language they call obanje. And what that means is children that when I don't know, you see things that others don't see. And when you say it, they will carry you to Dibia Balawo, they put marks either to stop it. A few of us, we are smart because we don't want anybody to call us Obanje. What we see, we indirectly present it so that we are not going to be, it's not indirect, but you know how you present it. That is wisdom. What we are seeing, Ibrahim Babangida and Buhari, they never stop. They are still, Nigeria is going through their hands. When Babangida in proxy finish, it will go to Buhari. I believe why, what is this name, was spied was because they don't want to have a third person. So Nigeria necessarily had never been ruled by anyone else. Example is when he was presenting, and I tell you, what he did, I'm not going to say what happened yesterday was very calculated. That book was for a reason. And I'm going to say to young Nigerians, one of the things I want to say right here and clear. We have been talking about, one of them said they are the generation that have made up their mind to buy their children. They call themselves wasted generation. And the generation of Dele Momodu, what I have suspected all this while, because I listened, I took time, don't worry, I take my time now that I've woken up to know what is going on in that country, my suspicions are now clear. They are the ones, I can't imagine, the arrested development sections. There has never been any one of them that was fighting for Nigeria. All of them, except Sowore. And I tell Sowore, please be careful. You are the only one that is saying the truth, that is not in dungeon and has not been, I don't know, you have grace. Let your grace continue to protect you. But everyone else, I don't care what they are saying, what they are preaching, what they are talking about, what they want to sell to us right now, right here. I don't believe any of them. They better change and do something about that contraction that is swallowing everyone. Look at what is going on. These people are talking about Boko Haram. America is talking about revealing the money we are giving is not going the right place. And these people are sitting on it as if they don't know what has been going on in the last 16 years. South Kaduna, Plateau, life by people that in 3 hours they were able to raise 17 billion naira to sustain and to internalize and to shield themselves of their wickedness. I rest it there, Mr. Niger Watch. I hope I spoke in parables, and I hope if you understand what I'm saying.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you, Madam Origin. God bless you, man. Okay, I would like to take another call here quickly. Mr. Alex, you're calling back again. Okay, Mr. Alex, you have only 1 minute. Talk to us quickly. 1 minute.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you. I want to add my voice to the senator, distinguished senator Natasha, for what she's doing. I mean, I stand with her. Number two, where is our senator in Oredo constituency, Senator Neda, under Labour Party? On the seat where that woman they described just now, the man got it down put intentionally, where he know the talk, they know the see him. Nobody sees that guy. The senator from Oredo, Edo State, Senator Nada, what are your contributions? What are you doing in that Senate chamber? Honorable Esosa Eyawe is in House of Rep. What are you doing? What are your contributions? Edo need you to speak for them. You are there because of them. Labour Party helps you. You didn't have money to print your own banner. Obedient movement helps you. What is going on? You are embarrassing us. Look at what the woman is doing. Senator Nega, please, you must speak up. What are you doing? Are you still alive? Are you still in Senate?
Thank you.
Or has this man been kidnapped? Please. Thank you, sir.
Are you still alive? Anyway, let me take another call. Thank you very much, man, for calling in, man. Our love of God is my strength. Talk to us, man.
I don't call before, but you know, kind of maybe somebody call it. I don't know. I just want to go on toilet now.
Hello? But you there for no? What are you saying?
You hear me?
And I don't know what you're talking about. You did live for. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I talk to so sorry. I talk to something. Sorry, please, sorry. I beg you. Make I take a picture. Maybe after I want to speak, I will call.
All right, then. That's fine. Thank you.
It's okay. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Let me take another call quickly, guys. Okay, Mr. Larry, thank you very much for calling in. I'm returning your call quickly, please. Pick so that we can move on. Okay, thank you, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Thank you, sir. Talk to us.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for the marvelous work that you're doing. I have a few things to say, and we'll just go straight to the point. I'll paint a scenario for everybody listening. A man takes advantage of a youngling, a 2-year-old child. He has his way with her. He records it and he posts the video online. Everybody watches it. Nobody says anything. 30 years down the line, the man comes and admits for his wrongdoing. And everybody who is under the umbrella of where he's speaking claps their hands for him. That is what we witnessed with IBB and all the people of note and the politicians who were in that auditorium when that man spoke about the ills and the injustices that he has perpetrated upon the peoples of Nigeria. Let that sink in for everybody. Secondly, every human being has the right to live, has the right for the pursuit of happiness. And secondly, the freedom of speech. The freedom of speech. What we do here, for many of you that will say that action is not being taken, it is all just talk that we talk here. The first thing, one of the first things, apart from the life and the breath that you have as a human being, the second most important thing is that you have the freedom to express yourself. And this is what these men who have held Nigeria down would have you relinquish. Let that sink in. Thirdly, regarding the senator, the female senator, I can't quite pronounce her name properly. She made mention of privileges being denied. And she made mention of not wanting to say certain things lest she will offend in public. I'm a man. A lot of these men that you find in a position of authority in Nigeria are deviants. They are sexual deviants. And I would not be surprised, I will use the word allegedly, I would not be surprised that a lot of men have accosted this woman for sexual favors. She has refused them, and they have denied her and are witch hunting her. That's probably something that she would not say
exactly
as a senator, but I'm saying it. The last thing that the last one that I'll drop, from the words of this same lady when she was on Brekete TV, Brekete radio this morning, she said industrialization is picking up. And then she talked about a few projects that was under her preview that she wants to do. Now, I'll take it back to the discussion we had about 2 or 3 weeks ago. For those of you that are listening to me, particularly those of you that are in the diaspora, that are still making the argument not to invest in Nigeria, I'll say it again. The Indians are there en masse. The Chinese are there en masse. The Lebanese are there en masse. Even the Caucasians from Europe are realizing what is going on in Nigeria. It's a free-for-all in Nigeria.
Right. Thank you.
Your country is being taken right under you. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I'll yield the time back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Larry. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let me take okay, thank you very much, man, for calling back again. Please talk to us. Good evening to you once again.
Thank you, Nigeria. I don't get myself. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Go ahead.
Okay. But please manage it. I won't stay long. Yesterday I even wanted to call, but I was not able to call. But no problem. I understand. At times, maybe if someone is busy. I just want to greet everybody on the panel, everybody on the comment section, those who are invisible watchers, those who don't come out to like, to anything. We say thank you for everyone coming anyway to support us on this Nigeria Watch. You see, Mommy, that's what I'm greeting you. Good evening, and happy weekend. You see, Nigeria is the place that at times you wonder what is happening. You see, with this Natasha, even yesterday when you were talking about her, I was so pleased with the way you spoke about this woman, and even saying it again that she reply you what you sent to her. It shows the kind of person she is. She's not the other Natasha that's not. This is the Natasha that is working for Nigeria. You see, Akpabio, the Senate president, he needs to be cautioned, because what he is showing now is as if this man is put in at the head of any department. What he wants to do is to go low with the ladies around him. And everybody are not the same. Natasha is a married woman. She cannot do all those things. I think they have tried, and none of them could get it. That is why they are treating her this way. And Nigerians, as Nigerians, and I love that, my elder sister, we need to speak up. We cannot allow our women, we don't have a lot in the Senate, and the few who are there, and they can be talking to this woman like this, and there's nothing that President, the Senate leader will say that will clean him of what he has done. Nigeria must stand up. We must stand up and speak that we will not tolerate this kind of thing anymore. It is too much. Akpabio is not behaving professionally. It's really wrong, and something must be done. And quickly, because I'm not going to stay long, I will speak about Abiola. You see, the death of Abiola is the cause of what is happening in this country. And one, that's one. Two, the most of which the Nigerian government must quickly look into is the Igbo community, the way they treated, the way Nigerians must come together. And I said it before, a reconciliation. You know what reconciliation does? It melts the anger. But if that is not done, and they are thinking that we can go forward with whatever they are thinking that they are doing, they're lying. The heart must be healed. When the heart is healed, then we can now come together and decide what we want. Like, I will thank you for picking my phone. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you so much. All right, callers, I'm done. I really need my panelists to talk now. In fact, I'm not picking call anymore for today. We only have 12 minutes for my prohibited time to be over. All right, thank you very much, my people. Now go bless you. Now, thanks for your time with us today. Today now weekend, nobody don't buy me coffee today at all. If you can, press on the dollar sign. You can buy me coffee. God bless you all. Press on the like. The like is very, very minimal. If you can press on the like, I understand a lot of people watch from the TV these days. You know, just press on the like or use your phone. If you don't know how to do it from the TV, use your phone to go to Nigeria Watch. Press on the like and continue to watch from your smart TV. God bless you all. Help us to share as well. Although we have lots of shares, it's just that the likes is very, very minimal. God bless you all, my people. I'd like to call on the first person on the panel today. According to how I have it here, maybe some of you might have changed, but what I have here is Black Panther. Black Panther, you're the first right here. Please talk to us. You have your 8 minutes. Everybody need to work with their minutes, please. Thank you. Thank you.
I am doing the team now. I'm working on my consistency. So I am working hard on it. So as mommy has taught me how to be so but I'm trying my best despite the constraint. So that will make me, come to that level where she is today. I want to thank mommy diaspora and God bless you. Thank you very much. God will keep you healthy for us. I want to thank you, Nigeria Watch, for bringing this news, this information. It might look sad because some of us were involved. We were closely involved, not a matter of a pride, it's a matter of something. It's like something that whenever it comes up in any hearing, tears comes out of our eyes. I would like to thank everybody. I'd like to thank everyone that's listening. It's a sad moment. It's a really sad moment today to see where we are coming from and where we are going to. I used to say that Nigeria is not a country. This is one of the epitome. This is one of the epitome. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Nigeria Watch? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
we
you.
are hearing you now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. This is one of the sad moments, and this is part of our history. And this is the reason why we said history, when history is being told, it healed the heart, it healed the soul. We need to go back to our history so that we know where we are going to. Today, the book has been opened that we were saying allegedly, but it has become a fact from the horse's mouth that have slain, I beg to use that word, brought down a lot of our heroes, the future generation that would have been on ground, that were tied on ground to see that this country become a nation. But those people, those comrades were brought down at Ikorodu Road up to the end of Unilag Gate. I witnessed it. I saw it. I saw my fellow citizens on the floor. I saw them on the floor. I jumped, walked past through it. in a very fearful and with boldness to work harder to see their memory never deplete from the being inscribed on the stone, never deplete from the history of Nigeria. So I would say today, to me, I have forgiven IBB. I have forgiven him. But he must go deeper to tell us who brought down Delegiwa. He must go deeper because that's another place, that's another secret that is hidden. It's within them and they must bring it out. I don't care what Abdul Salami does. He knows he's the cause, it's one of the cause of where we are today. And I will say now, we should take advantage of this history that we had today, which have been inscribed in our heart forever. We should all go and buy those books because we are going to hand over those books to the next generation. Let us buy it. It should be online now. Let us buy it and keep it in our archive. And I want to say here that those of us that have been going up and down, some people supporting something that is not obtainable, something that will not bring forth and give birth to a new nation. We should start thinking now. Now we should take advantage of this confession to bring about how we can unite now. Let's forgive. How we can unite now and foster and see to that Nigeria, quote unquote, become a country. That is why I start from my premises that Nigeria is not a country. Because there are so many history, and I pray, Niger Watch, you should try and go through the Oputa panel. When you go through it, your heart will bleed for this nation. You will see the genocide committed by our fellow Nigerian towards a fellow Nigerian. You will see why men are bold from the east, why men are bold from the west, why men are bold from the north, every cardinal point of this nation, that we must survive. Yes, we can boldly say we must survive in this 21st century. Because hope, it's nothing we tolerate. With hope, we will survive and we must survive. We should put that in our heart. We are going to survive. Let us put our hands together and toil this thing, push this ship and bring it out from where they've hidden it and raise up our boldness. Change everything concerning what the intruders that came from the Western world to Nigeria. Let's change it and let's have a rebirth of a nation stronger, because the whole world, the whole Africa is waiting for us to rise. And when we rise, Africa rise. These are not my words. These are the words of the great Iroko of Africa, Nelson Mandela. Now, and I don't want to go too much because it's emotional. I want to say yesterday, we all should respect words that every one of us speak. If we want to counter those words, let's first of all ask question. Then if we have the fact to counter it, let's bring it forth so that we all here, we are educating people. Not every one of us can read the mind of what these politicians are doing, because I said they will never change. It is only when we change, they will change. Now, I bring forth a fact yesterday. I said, Atiku told us that the other parties, not APC, the other parties, the reason why they are not talking is because majority of them were given 50 million naira to shut up their mouth. Most of you think I just beat that thing from somewhere. It is the fact. Go and read. That's why I sent the message to Niger Watch. When he countered me yesterday, I said, maybe I got it wrong. I went back to listen all over again. I was brought up in the home where they investigate a lot. So that is where I was brought up from. And I use all the characteristics they use, which my dad, my uncle, they taught me. I used and I found it out. Yes, Atiku was speaking direct to the hearts and was telling every intelligent personality that can critically analyze issues and words of these our politicians, we know that yes, this is the reason why they are not talking. This is the reason Labour Party go down. This is the reason why Abure and the rest were down. This is the reason why PDP are down. He said it. And one members of the parliament here rose up and said he was talking about APC. That is how you break the transmission line that will send a good message to the people. That is how we break it. And it's unfair to the Nigerian state. I want us to go back and analyze what Atiku gave. They asked him a question, a man from the East asked him a direct question, and he broke it loose. And he said one thing, he said, let me tell you now. That's what he said. Let me break it now. Let me tell you. This and this and that and that. It's in the video. Nigeria what you play tomorrow. And all of you will see it and analyze it. So I want to beg every one of us. Let's take advantage of this confession to build a nation. Let us drive it home. Let us have a new electoral commission. Let us, from there, we'll put a man that will build a nation, and we'll have a rebirth of Nigeria, a new constitution being done by us, by a black man from the most versatile nation in the world, black race, called Nigeria. Let us arise and have a constitution that will tell it to the world that African can have something that we recognize their culture, their diversity, their lineage, and everything concerning them, even their history, will be combined in that constitution. And we'll come up to say, yes, our hope, the audacity of hope has succeeded. And yes, this is the piece of thing that will hand over to generation for generation. And they will know that we have fought a good fight and we have landed with a constitution which will give it to them so that they will continue to amend and get to further deeper into the promised land. Nigeria Watch, I bow and I thank you for presenting this emotional confession by a man that is in pain and he has rose up. In order to wipe away that pain, he has to confess his sin. Let us not take it too far, but let's take advantage of it. Let us not crucify. Let's take advantage of it. We are African. We have different things. We are different from other people. Let us take advantage of it and build a nation out of the confession, a good nation, reconcile the entire nation to become one. Thank you.
All right, my brother Black Panther, thank you very much for that submission. I'd like to quickly acknowledge those of you that have supported me financially. Amazing Grace, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for the super chat. And thanks, Don Anthony. God bless you. I'm very, very grateful. Peggy Modi, thank you very much, man. God bless you. I'm very, very grateful. God bless you all. Guys, you can do the same by pressing on the dollar sign right there, looking at you on the comment section to encourage what we do here. Help us to like and share our broadcast. I'd like to move on to Madam Patricia. Madam Patricia, thank you very much, ma, for joining us this evening. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. You have your 8 minutes.
Good evening, Mr. Iris. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having me. Please like and share the broadcast. It's very important for we all to speak truth to power so that Nigerians and the world at large will know what evil has been going on in that country or that farm called Nigeria. Babangida coming out now to say after many years, 30-something years, that he is having considered every fact before him that Abiola won the election. You know, I think it's time that Nigerians really wake up to the truth. of everything that is happening in that country. Because you wake up after 33 years or 32 years. Now you want to tell Nigerians what the Nigerians know. As for me, I knew from the beginning that Abiola won that election. So it's not that one, in that case, it's not a news. It's not a breaking news. He did it thinking that people did not know, or he knew the people knew that Abiola won, but he still went ahead to do what he wanted to do. So now that he's closer to his grave, he say he has repented. If you have repented, Abiola, IBB, all the people that died, okay. What about the state that Nigeria is now? Because you and your cronies, you and your likes, you and your cohorts, you were the people that put Nigeria into this quagmire, that a journey of no return that Nigeria is now. You are the people that put Nigeria into it. You said that yes, you were trying to save Nigeria. Yes, you were able to. You said you were able to save democracy and save Nigeria. The democracy that Nigeria is practicing now, is this democracy? Can you really call this democracy? Or you came out to fool us? Did you come out to tell us we are fools? Is this democracy? Is Nigeria practicing democracy? You started it. You were the one that spearheaded this evil that we are seeing in Nigeria today. And you're coming out to say that you regret, you take full responsibility. You haven't seen anything yet. You are going to ask us to forgive you. What about those ones that died, that died because of your decision? Those that have died then, till now, people are still crying because of that one thing that you did. One thing needful to get Nigeria on the right track. You decided to truncate the whole lives, destinies of people for your selfish reason. Now you are coming out to cry that you are what? Look, I don't even know whether God can forgive you, honestly. I don't think, because those people that died, are you going to go to their grave to tell them you are sorry? The ones that are still crying, that are crying since, and the ones that are still crying now, because everything started from that time. That's when we have all this barbaric thinking and buying of Nigerians. So you are here to not say they should forgive you or what? I don't know. Who is going to forgive you? The ones in their graves? I don't think they will. I don't think so. Because you shortchanged them. You cut short their lives, their hopes and dreams and destiny. And here you are today, you are saying that you take full responsibility. Yes, the place for you not to here now you go now. Because those ones that many of them not fulfill their God-given purpose because of you. You want to say, okay, you think God, you can mock God. Now you are coming out to say you take full responsibility. Abacha that is dead, you are putting blame on that one. Was Abacha the one that leading? Were you not the one, the head of state that time? The boss stop at your desk. So for you to be calling Abacha, it means that you have not repented. You are only just, coming up with a new plan of what next you want to do. You are playing with Nigerians. That's all I can see in this whole matter. I don't think you are repented. Because if you are repented, if you are truly repented in your heart and you regret what you have done, I don't think you should be pointing fingers on the dead person. Abacha. Yeah, you take full responsibility. You should have just take full responsibility and let us know that this is what it is. Those ones there, yes, all those people that went to celebrate and everything, that just shows the kind of people Nigerians are expecting to lead, to save them. There's no savior in any of these ones. Honestly, there is no savior among them. So it's a shame. I will still want to say, commend Sowore again. Sowore, continue what you are doing. Continue, because you are the only person that I can see that you are speaking truth to power. You know, to be honest, you have to say things the way it is. All the other ones, they be counterfeit. Let them be. And you be the original. Continue to say what you are destined to say. All by na by, you talk, you go by. You not talk, you go by. So you better make you talk, make you by. Yes, they will remember, we go remember anybody that stood as a hero to the end for what they stood for. When I remove history, come on for Nigeria schools, you know. Now this history now they won't give Nigeria. IBB history now they won't give Nigeria IB. The history about how Nigeria came before Nigeria even came. They are not. They remove all those ones from school. But now IBB history they won't give us now B. When I can't tell me now, wait, no, what happened before it even happen. When I can't tell me, word of mouth now I get power. Me at the time my generation, like my papa and my mama still tell me what happened before even independence, even before that amalgamation. So now that same thing, na so would they do and they transfer and they go. Una cannot stop us from not telling the truth to our generation. If una like more, remove everything come off for everywhere. We go see if we talk. As long as we get mouth, we go dey talk. We must talk. So it's a shame. Say under how many minutes they raise how many billion, but they cannot remove poverty from the land. They cannot give electricity. They cannot give pipe bomb water. They cannot give good schools. They cannot give good hospitals. If anything do them, even a headache, they don't run go abroad. They go for treatment. You see them? All these people, they are satanic. They are the people that have put Nigeria where they are. Not only that, baby, all those people will go that place. All of them are the same bunch of wicked people, evil gathering. And Nigerians should call for the arrest of Babangida. He hasn't started though. He must come and tell us more. What about Dele Giwa? What happened to him? He has not told us. He only told us IBB won. Has he told us I buy him? He has not started. He has to vomit everything though. Even when he still vomits. The spirit of those one can never forgive you. Because Nigerians will never forgive you. Even if you're criminal, satanic people like you say they clap for you and forgive you. Nigerians not forgive you. They can never forgive you because you know how many people when you don't frustrate their life without the decision you make. So please, yes, it's a shame that we have these so-called winners as leaders. We call them leaders. And then thank
Thank you very much, Madam Patricia. God bless you, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for your submission. Thank you so much, man. Give us a mandate. Are you there with us? Okay, you are not there. Abdul Malik, good evening to you, my brother. Thanks for joining us today. I beg, talk to us. Abdul Malik, you are not there. Madam Rita, please talk to us, man. Good evening to you.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis. Good evening.
Thank you very much.
The last but not the least. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Black Panther. My lovely mommy diaspora. I love you, mama. Madam Patricia, good evening, ma. Mr. Abdul Malik can give us a mandate. I hope you're there. Good evening as well. And good evening to everybody in the comment section. You know, the callers who called and then those people watching from home or wherever you are. Oh my goodness, Mr. Elvis, this program should have been 2 days. First of all, I just say God bless Dr. Charles Akpoki, the way he pronounces it. Everything he said was apt. Everything he said was just on the ball about the confessions, about everything, that went on, everything that's still going on. There's a word sentence he said that struck me. He said, Nigerian value system is very poor. Nigerian value system is very poor. And I think one of the reasons why our value system is so poor is because our laws are selective. Yes, our laws are selective. Everybody knows that. Even if some people still live in a bubble and they think, oh, let's follow the rule of law. And that's why we have a governor that will come and speak when it's not on his side or his supporters. Oh, we're not following the rule of law. We should follow the law because it's not in their favor. Now, going forward, if it's in their favor, they would justify why they went against the rule of law. That's just how it has been playing. It's not even, Babangida didn't even start it right from the get-go. In fact, right from the time the so-called Nigeria was created, it's been going on. I keep saying from 1956 to date, 1956 till date, every surviving leader in Nigeria today that is alive should be arrested and jailed. The reason why I picked 1956, because that was when oil was discovered in Nigeria. All of them should have been jailed. Every single one of them should be in jail without trial. Without trial. Because a lot of atrocities has been committed. A lot of things have been unsaid. A lot of things are being hidden. I just want to, let me just start from, in fact, there's so much to talk about. Natasha Akpoti Oduwaka. That woman is a warrior. I remember the first time I listened to Natasha was when she came to the Senate floor. I don't know whether it was the 9th or 10th Republic. I can't remember the Republic. I think it was maybe 10 years ago, perhaps, or 8 years ago. The first time she came to the Senate, she came to talk about Ajaokuta Steel. That was my first time listening to her. In fact, that was my first, I was like, who is this lady? How eloquent, the way she stood in front of men speaking. I was like, wow. And then after that, I started seeing that, oh, this lady, she does a lot of philanthropy everywhere. She's not into politics. I was like, okay, right on. She talked about how Ajaokuta Steel was started. I think it was even the Russians that came at that time to set up Ajaokuta Steel. And she complained and talked about why is it that every successive government, they would have a budget for Ajaokuta Steel, billions of naira, and nothing still happens, and it was still not functioning. She talked about how her father met her mother, because her mother was a Russian. By virtue of the fact that the Russians came to, do the installation and all that, her father met her mother through that Ajaokuta Steel, and that's how she was born. She talked about it, not for herself or to praise her family or whatever. She talked about reviving that Ajaokuta Steel. She talked about the benefits. I was like, I don't know if any of you knew her before. That was my first time. Mr. Elvis, you can find that video on YouTube. She talked about that. She was talking about her people. I said, this woman, she really loves where she came from. In fact, she's just light-skinned. She's like a typical black African woman with no ounce of white blood in her. The way she talks, the way she fights for her people, the way she loves her people, and she's very proud to be where she's from. Very, very proud. I love that for that. I said, wow. Now, this woman is a fighter, like I said. She has fought with, in fact, I will not even use the word fighter. She has overcome intimidation, especially from Nigerian men. Not all Nigerian men are very vicious and intimidating. Not all, I would say that. Reno Omokri has come to lie against her in the past, and she disgraced him because he was making advances towards her. She said it in a conference they went to in Kenya. I can't really remember, but I know there was a back and forth issue. Reno Omokri, she sent that one to enter house. Yaya Bello came. She sent that one to enter house. Now, Akpabio thinks that he feels that he's in number 3 man. He can do and undo. Let me tell you guys something. The Senate is like, it's so obvious, and I want people to really understand. and it's what I observed on my own, and I'm always proving right from my observation. The Senate is like a place of cliques. The Senate is like the one who is at the top there dictates where you would go, dictates what committee you would belong to, where you can make part budgets. This, and that also applies to the Federal House of Reps too. That's why they scramble for being the head of the Senate or head of the House of Reps, because they know that you have a lot of power in that position. And that is why many of them want to be in the good books of these tyrants, Akpabio. Mr. Elvis, I'm not apologetic by saying that Akpabio is a tyrant, because that's what he is. We have seen publicly how he has dealt with people like Joy Nunye. Because that woman was a very strong, matured woman, she spoke and everywhere went quiet. Even the Ministry of Affairs did not even talk about how this man was sexually harassing her. That issue went to voicemail. Now, that caller who spoke and said, you would be, in fact, you shouldn't be surprised if many of these men, because he said a lot has been happening, have made advances towards her. I mentioned it yesterday on the chat. I said, I can bet you many Nigerian men, you know what I'm talking about. Because when you hate a woman, especially a woman who is outspoken, a woman who is educated, and a woman is standing for the truth, because you desire that woman and you know you can never have her, or she denies your advances, the best thing is, this is how Nigerian men work. I'm not attacking Nigerian men, by the way. I'm just trying to make people understand this is what's going on. They start attacking your person. They start attacking your marriage. They start attacking your children. They start attacking anything that concerns you around where they have power. That is what happens. This misogyny is part of the Nigerian system, which has to stop. And many people today, we have to start speaking up. It's not just about the female child, but the boy child, because Nigeria is a country of wicked people. We love to intimidate people. When I say we, I'm not part of it, and I know majority number of people are not part of those, that demographic, but majority of them, especially when they have some little power. Somebody who is a local government chairman or a councillor, see the way he even behaves to his subordinates. Then you can tell someone like Akpabio, he just brought a little character to the public. He can't hide it. Look at Oshomola of that day, Mr. Elvis. You played how you told that widow, go and die, go and die. Now you can imagine what happens behind the scenes, behind the camera. So you can imagine someone like Akpabio now coming to say, take out of the Senate. He forgot himself, because that is his real self he was just displaying. Many of you listen to me. If you are like that, start changing, Start changing, because it's not every woman that you can talk to like that. It's not every woman you can treat like that. One day you will meet your match, and that match will disgrace you. So maybe this is a learning curve for some men. When you see a woman speaking, don't start attacking her, because someone like me, I will catch you. I will disgrace you without even thinking twice, because I want you to be a better person. I want the society to be better. I want men to treat women with respect. I want men to treat women, if you're in the same kind of political system, treat her the same way you would treat your colleagues. Treat her the same. Because whatever she's fighting for is not for her. It's for the people who don't have the opportunity like her. It's the same way Akpabio was elected, the same way Natasha Akpoti was elected. Somebody mentioned yesterday and said, it's just like he's a class monitor. And it's true. They're all equal. Because tomorrow he can be removed and another person who is sitting down there can be the Senate president. So the Senate itself is like a place of cliques. Is that the animal farm? Who was the one? It was not the pig that now became the head. It's like that. So you dictate what happens. And that's why I mentioned about the cars that was bought. Nigerians need to understand the Nigerian system. It's not the senators that you will blame and shout. You should have talked about the cars. The questions I was telling Nigerians when that issue came up. Number one, it is something that is a recurring decimal. Purchasing of cars. Which is it the caliphate, or who is the person that has that life contract? Somebody argued and said, there's nothing like life contract. I'm like, are you in Nigeria? You think Nigeria is like a normal country where everything, there's some sanity? Who has that life contract that every other year, or every other elected year, they buy new expensive vehicles? Number two, who is the intermediary between Toyota? Because it's Toyota that they're dealing with. Yes, it's Toyota that they're dealing with. Who is the intermediary between Nigeria and Toyota? Now that Nigeria has progressed, we have innocent motors amongst other ones. Why are they not, even the ones from the southeast, Anambra, to say, we have somebody from my constituents that is producing vehicles, whether you want to call it assembling or whatever. Why can't one of them from his constituent in Anambra State? They cannot say because of this class cliques going on. Because if he removes them, if they talk, just like what Natasha said, many of the privileges she ought to have gotten, many places she ought to have gone to represent her constituent, she was denied. And that's why I say when they want to place them in committees, Petroleum Committee, NDDC Committee, Education Committee, Health Committee, those where SPVs happen. And that's where they pad budgets. So many people want to be in the good books because the Senate president has a major say. That is the Nigerian Senate that works. That is how they operate. We need to understand how it operates. What we see in the surface is not what goes on behind the scenes. And we should be speaking about those things directly, not the figure. We should be asking those questions. And someone like Natasha Apoki coming to stand and speak for herself, what she did was just the surface. It is more than that. And I think I'm assuming that certain things that I will not want to even say now, that's what she's really experiencing. Apart from that, SCX advances, which I am definitely 100% sure also happened. And I'm very happy that she got married quickly enough, even like some married women. But please, I only talk about one topic. This bell ringing, it's not really fair, but we are here to educate people. I know because of time, but anyway, let me stop for here. It's just one topic.
Okay, I give you 3 more minutes. Go ahead.
You don't talk well.
Go ahead, 3 minutes.
Anyway, I'm just going to stop there on the Natasha issue. And finally, I'll just say about that. Nigeria is a society where they intimidate you and they degrade you and then they make you succumb to them. That is how the Nigerian system works. It's not just the Senate in terms of the states, the local government. This is what happened. Even some people's private lives. You see what happened to the likes of Mohbad? You see what happened even in the entertainment industry? It is happening. It is happening, and people are not speaking now. This little issue about Nedu, we just one small, I don't want to use one way to describe him. Look, just one small thing. Look at what you were doing. And the company was not even your own. This is how Nigerian is shaped. It's shaped to be now. That is the truth. We are being shaped to be like that. It happens in secondary school, in the university. Nigeria is a society that is, if you must be intimidated, you'll be degraded, and then they will make you succumb to them. That is Nigeria. That is Nigeria for you. And going about Babangida's issue, you know what? I don't know. That caller that called and said, somebody will RAP you and video it, then come back later and say, okay, yes, I actually did it. Even if you denied it and you were acquitted, I did it. Then what happens? No consequence. That's why I say the law is selective. Everybody in that room, in fact, Oshiba and Josh, in fact, she's not even be answering the word pastor because it's a disgrace to that title called pastor. I don't even want to even start with Oshiba and Josh right now. But there's one thing that he even said, and I think, and I know it is one of these class rep issues that made him make that statement. And he confessed to it. In case you guys didn't listen, he said, I must confess that at one time, I also said that I'm not sure that Abiola won the election. How can you even say that? Osibanjo, were you not in Nigeria at that time? Where were you? You were in Cambridge? Where were you? And then you dare say that you're not even sure where that Abiola. What made you make that statement? If not that you were succumbing to something or an entity. Finally, Mr. Elvis, because I know there's a lot of things that have been said. Mustafa, Abacha's right-hand man, he said something in one of his interviews in Brekete Family. I think it's about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. He said, you see, many of these people who are talking democracy now, who are talking about being in this pressure group or what, he said, many of them, I saw them coming to Abacha. They were all for themselves. They were not for Abiola. He said they are traitors. If I start naming them, he said you will be shocked. He said lawyers, many of them were past governors, many of them are like holding the democracy torch. He said he's just looking because all of them were traitors. They betrayed Abiola and they know it, and many of them were in that room. And IBB, that this your book is a sorry state. It doesn't, I'm not moved personally, and I think that This is a tiny cup of the truth of what happened. You're just putting it in the book now because of your age and because you feel that, okay, you know, maybe his time is coming, and then maybe I just need to put myself out there so that Nigeria will love me and forgive me, and I will have a good record. You ain't getting no good record because many people have been hurt. Many people have been hurt. Black Panther, what you went through is PTSD. Many Nigerians are still facing PTSD today. Many Nigerians are still intimidated by the army. They're still being intimidated by the police. It's because of what the military junta did to Nigeria. Many Nigerians are undergoing PTSD. And I can bet you this IBB issue has already struck a chord to some people, as when people are remembering so many bad things that have happened to them. Many bad things that happened to them. Thank you, Mr. Elvis. Mr. Elvis, are you there? Or should I keep talking?
Madarita, beg, go kubla supi. You should be keep talking. Eh? This woman don't talk for 78 minutes.
You don't respond now.
Madarita, na first to get a podcast. You need to get podcast with Madarita.
No, exactly. One-on-one with Madarita, exactly. I need to do that with her one day. One-on-one. Mercy for talk forever.
Time the day now. Time the day. I test men now. Only 3 of them the day. So
no, sometimes when Madarita come here, we not the panel. They talk for more than 40 minutes. Sometimes, you know. Madarita and Mr. Jonathan. Madarita, don't know say something. Don't talk for 40 minutes.
That's not true, Abe.
Go check someone. No what I will remind you. Just 3 days ago, yeah, Madarita, you talked for 29 minutes. 3 days ago, yeah.
For real? Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I felt like I spoke for just 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. No wala.
You know, so when you talk, as they talk, some fact they enter your, you know, they go like that and you go the flow. You know, no say you don't talk much long.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Madarita, for saying it how it is. You know, few of you on this platform, I don't like cutting you guys off. You, Madarita, Mr. Jonathan, or CM. You know, sometimes I don't like cutting you off. People like Plapata, give us a I can call them, or I know they can always come back. But when it comes, and then Madam Busy Brains, I don't like cutting Madam Busy Brains off at all. In fact,
so you don't become Senate president now. you don't become. You can come back. Madarita na the people you dey put for committee, head of committee.
Off the mic, honorable, off the mic.
Off the mic.
Exactly. They say you off the mic, honorable Agbiri. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Mr. Paul, thank you so much, sir, for this super chat. I'm very, very grateful. May God bless you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You were here. What happened? You need to come back again because I need to hear your submission today. But meanwhile, let me hear from Mr. Oduwa. Mr. Oduwa, thank you very much, sir, for your time with us. Good evening to you. You have the floor. 8 minutes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Najawas. Good evening. Happy weekend. Good evening. Happy Friday. Good evening, everyone in the panel. Good evening, mommy in diaspora. Koye, kada. Urwesi, no evening. Yes, urwesi. Good evening, everyone. The commenters, listeners, and viewers. All protocol duly observed. Thank you all. Well, it was unfortunately that yesterday I was checking for a leak to enter through especially because of this our sister Akpoti, Natasha. But it was unfortunate that the link was blocked and the traffic, the hold up was jumper. So well, thank you all for all the submissions and all the discussions and everything. Thank you. Well, I really want to say that the Nigeria Senate, the men are not responsible human beings. That is why we said all of them will vote as a senator from their perspective zone. So there is no senator that is higher than any other senator. If you are choosing to be the chairman, doesn't make you higher than any other person, because your state or your zone in your state, we are the one that choose you
the way other person was choose. Now, they choose you to come and represent them, not to come and be saying, sit here or don't sit there. It is a shame or barbaric to say that you have to configure people to a particular seat or a particular area to sit before they talk. That means they will have read, here is Kogi State senatorial seat before the person can sit and talk. But it is a seat for the Nigerians. So you don't need to configure people to say you are minority or you are majority. There is no minority or majority as a senator. Because according to the what is written, it's every three person that be 3 senators per state. Is it not so? If I'm lying, people come and correct me. 3 senators per state. Then what make you now say you are majority senator, you are minority senator? Are you there because of party or are you there because of your state? So Akpabio shows that this is the reason when you people see me and talk about, so for those who so-called they are learned or they are educated, they are this, I will look at them and laugh. I make jest of them because those that talk proverbs say, show me your friends and I will tell who you are. It is inglorious to say, sit here before you talk, you address the problem that is affecting the country. What the woman or what Natasha Aboti is talking about is the problem that is affecting Nigerians or affecting the state. So there is nobody that will configure her to a seat. I heard yesterday, Baba Jonathan, I disagree this with you to say that because Natasha have not been spoken or have not been speaking since we were complaining of this or that. No, it doesn't matter. You don't really know how or why she was not speaking. Now she has spoken, you now understand the reason she has not been speaking. That she has been denied of her voice to talk on issues that matters to Nigerians. So it is your duty to fight the senators who are looking down on a woman or trying to configure some people and said they are not relevant. So it is your duty to make those people know that everybody in that Senate are all equal. So we that voted them, they are all equal. And there is no paper that we said you are superior than the other one because you came out of your state, likely the same way the other one came from his state or her state. So you are all equal in that place. If they decide to say, okay, you lead us, it is privilege. Not that it's merit. You are just privileged, you did not merit. So you should be thanking them, not to come and exercise a power over others and said you are not fit to speak because you are sitting here. You did not go there to come and have a particular seat. You are only in their position to address the problem of the country and look at the ways to solve the problem of the country. And Akpabio should be ashamed of himself not to know the problem that he's supposed to talk about and to deny people to speak. So Akpabio should be ashamed. And all the Niger Delta should condemn Akpabio for that. Because that is not the reason that Akpabio was sent. That is not the reason Akpabio went to that particular position. Akpabio was sent there to come and know the problem of Niger Delta. Or let me say the Calabar state he came from. To know the problem that Calabar state are facing. So that he will be looking for solution to them. No, and just like the way our sister Natasha was sent from Kogi to know the problem that Kogi are facing, then they'll be looking for solution to it. So it shows you that those people you call your lawmaker are not qualified or worthy to represent you. Then, and in other hands, people should understand that Natasha Akposti, the blood that runs from our brother Odeigie that enable him to return back and play for Super Eagles. The blood that runs from in the line vein of JJ Rollis of Ghana that enable him to want to systemize Ghana for a better living of Ghana people. It's the same blood that runs in our sister Natasha Akposti. Because that is why you see Punti today is telling his Ukraine brother that I don't want you to join NATO because we are one and we will remain one. So they need good things to happen to all that around them. They don't want to eat alone. It's not like when people say it's a typical black. No, it's not a typical black. It's the people who value others, who don't want to eat alone. That is why among all the senators, let everyone, and let any other one come out and say, prove that this, since I have been a senator, I have able to do what Natasha Akpoti have done for Kogi. Let any senator come out and prove, or for a challenge. It is not done. So that blood of Russia dwell in them, who want everything to be good for their people. And that is why among all this Europe, it is only Russia that is talking about welfare of Africa, who are saying, Africa, develop, you can develop yourself. If you do this, you can be this, you can be that. And that is why it is only Russia who will not tell you we suspend you, or America suspend you so we cannot associate with you. No. Or British suspend you, then we cannot associate with you. No. Then believe on your own freedom. Then believe on your own betterness of life, just the way they are. If they want to do something with you, it's business. You take your share, I take my share. Hello? So you take your share, I take my share. Not oppression. But people must say, are they there? No, for me, I don't see any Russia blood as oppression. I see Russia blood who are sincere and genuine love for their people. And that is the thing we are seeing in Natasha Akpoti. Then, thank you all. For Babangida, supposed to be in jail. Did you know why Babangida is writing all those things? Because he know that the people of that country are entertainment people. So anything you give to them, according to our brother Sowore said, they will buy. Even though you bring what come out from the belly from them, they will buy. You just know that if not, Babangida will have been arrested and put to jail. Because the pain that we are facing today in that country, it is caused by Babangida. What second chance did he look for? I tell you that the reason that the Fulani people have power over Nigeria today, that they destroyed Nigerians and they were looking for a settlement in all the 36 states, it was because of Babangida. When Babangida was there, I could remember when two helicopters have crashed in the military, 80-something. In Niger Delta alone, that is between the Edo and Delta. I'm not talking of the Bayelsa, no, in Edo and Delta, it was about 11 high military officers that lost their life, 11 to 18 high military officers that are up there, because all of them that lost their life that time was about 40-something. So in our own province alone, Edo and Delta was about 11. So that is the reason you see them elevate their own, that the northern own. And the problem was that when they were even elevating, they were giving the foreigners opportunity, which is Fulani, to even oppress their own indigene. And that is why today, the Fulani now take over the powers and had all the positions and now oppressing the entire Nigerians. So Babangida will have been in jail if it is a country where people serious, especially when he writes this book, because it doesn't matter when you are guilty of law. What matter is what is your action, the action to it. So Babangida will have been arrested for dragging Nigeria backward, because the pain and perpetual suffering that we are today, it was caused by Babangida. Before Babangida entered, Nigeria did not borrow money. It was when Babangida entered, Nigeria know how to borrow money. Is that not a failure? So all these kind of people have no dignity, no respect, no will anyone accolade them the respect. So if I were to be a position header, although a criminal cannot arrest a criminal like him, that is why Tinubu don't have any voice, no, to initiate any law, because himself are not there for Nigerians. That is why I said it's a Milocon, because he's there for himself. If not, if the people that are there that will come for Nigeria, such kind of person will have been arrested for dragging Nigeria back. Did you set a free and fair democracy that person can't without no error? This one was number 1, number 2, number 3, and that was how we have those results Now you deny all those people their rights and you cause suffering in the land. Well, it is a pity when the pity man fall into a pit where there is nobody to pity him. Thank you, Mr. Najawash. Thank you all for your understanding. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Oduwa, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thanks for your time with us today. I think we need to have our final submission right now. Thank you. You were dog courses, you don't answer us. Now 5 minutes now get this time. 5 minutes.
I like you. Oh, wait for a steady broadcast. But I remember one talk, you know, bring give us time. Maybe
All right.
Today's revelation now one now I don't know whether a revelation or narration I'll call them. But I mean, greetings to you, Mr. Ellis. I greet you. Thank you very much for all that you do. Greetings to the panelists. I want to stand on all existing protocols. Mommy Diaspora, greetings to you. Thank you very much. Madam Natasha, I join the voice of all Nigerians to say thank you for all that you're doing in the house. We do appreciate your efforts. You are a man in a woman form. You are a man in a woman form. Thank you very much for your service. Thank you very much for your voice. Thank you for all that you do. I think what I would join the Breke family to say is that Nigerians and then also Nigeria Watch Media is that let's do everything possible to support Senator Natasha. Let's do everything possible to support her. Don't allow our voice to be silenced because their intent is to silence her. Whether they do it systematically or they do it anyhow, they just want to keep us silent. And I thank God for the men that have spoken earlier. You see, they think they have the right to shut her down because they feel that, when we ask her it's just so sad. It's very, very sad. You know what they are doing? Maybe some of them asking her out allegedly, or maybe trying to get to her. If it's some other countries, they cannot even try it. They would have been in jail. They cannot try it. Akpabi would have been sacked. If they find out that was the intention or that was the intent, he would have been sacked. But
he would have lost his seat. His seat, he would have lost his seat.
Since last year, since day before yesterday, for long, he would have lost his seat. But I challenge the people that Akpabio represents. The people that Akpabio represents. Remember that your senator, the Senate president, Godswill Akpabio, this one allegedly, he stole NDDC money. Akpabio should be in jail by now. Akpabio should be in jail. So if you are from, is he Akwa Ibom or where is he from? If you are from that state and you are thinking that your senator is a Senate president, and then you guys think that you think you have the number 2 seat in the country, that man is a disgrace to you guys. And you guys should join the voice of all Nigerians and call Akpabio, call him out. The constituency that Akpabio represents, all of you should call him out, call him to order. Call Akpabio to order. Because if you don't know, Akpabio is dragging you guys in the mud. Akpabio is just telling you that, men from that state, their eyes, everything is scared. He must see. Allegedly. That is what Akpabio. So all of you from that state, all of you from that enclave should call Akpabio, call him out. Call him out. Call him to order. That this is not the reason we sent to the. In fact, you should even applaud a woman out of how many millions of Nigerians we have. A woman like Natasha can come out with all that the stealing governor of Kogi State did. It is not allegedly. Yaya Bello is a thief. With all that he did to Natasha during the election, that woman, she still became the senator regardless. So call your Senate president, call him to order. People from Akwa Ibom, call Godswill Akpabio, call him to order, tell him to stop the shenanigans he's doing in the house. Call him to order. Call him to order. Now, I think Mr. Black Panther was saying that the Nigerians should buy the book of the rigor of Abiola's election. Oga, you know what they just done? What they just done to IBB? They have all just come together out of their stolen wealth to give IBB his own share. That was what they have just done. All of them, they have just come together allegedly out of our commonwealth they stole. They have just come together to give IBB his own share because maybe he has run out of funds. Shena today 9-day break, and he knew that Abiola won the election. Even the baby that was born yesterday knows that Abiola won the election. So of what importance is that book? Instead of me buying that book, I'll go and buy the reference in his book. What secret does he want to reveal that we don't know? It's in the open. What secret? So if I'm buying that book, it's like I'm also giving, because the money will go back to him. The money will go to IBB. So why should I use my money to support fraud? That's my own opinion. No, I don't know. Maybe I don't know that, but this is my humble submission. And I think, like we said, I am entitled to my opinion. If you have money that you want to give out, you can sow into the seed of into the ground of IBB. But for me, if you feel that statement is a truth that Nigeria doesn't know, let him make the book free. IBB, make that book free of charge. In fact, put the soft copy, put it on the internet for Nigerians to download. If that secret that you think, if it's a secret enough, put it on the internet for Nigerians to download free of charge. For me to buy your book, I'll go and buy the Telephone to this book. I will not put my money in evil. IBB, if it was in the same country, that is sat down, they are all now clapping. You know what they are doing? The red oil of those that are piped during Abiola. You know what happened during that time? You know what happened during that time? The people could not riot everywhere. Children were going to school. Parents were at work looking for their children because of this man. Now you have all of a sudden remember that, oh, you want to tell the truth. We know the truth, IBB. We know. The only thing you are waiting for is that they will take you. They will put you inside Black Maria and put you where you belong. With all of it that sat down there. Hopefully Peter Obi was not in that hall. Because if he was in that hall, me, I go vex for him. What? Peter, if you were in that hall, you have fall our hand. If you were in that hall, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, if you are in that hall on that day when they were launching that book, you have fall our hand. Because with the election that Mr. Elvis was reading earlier, Abiola cleared everywhere in the southwest. He cleared everywhere in the south. He was clearing the same way you can compare Abiola's election to Peter Gregory Obi's election. In the east, he cleared everything. So if you are in that hall, me, if I call you a senator, I did best for you. I will call you out because you should not be in this evil gathering. Say that today, Babangida break on. He said, "Oh, he knew what he did. He knows what he did. Of course, the man that should be in handcuff. In fact, the one that they said is president in court. They all, including Ambassador, they should have put handcuff in the hand and put them in the glass prison. They'll be seeing them and say, oh, CIBB. So Nigerians, if you like, you go and put your money and buy the book. That's your own. But for me, rather than give my money to that book, I'll go and buy some material that are so important. Imagine they were able to raise 17 billion, not MO, billion in a sitting, and in Nigeria, Afenifere youth leader, is being kidnapped for how much? 100 million naira. 100 million. And these evil men, they are sitting at 17 billion. I do say it. The debt that Nigeria hold as a country, if you bring 10 Nigerians, they will pay off our debts. The debt that Nigeria hold as a country, if you bring 10 Nigerians, they can pay the debt.
Thank you.
But here we are today. So for me, no revelation. Now look at our brother from East.
All right. Can you hear me?
Panel.
Hello.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I hear you. But if you can give me like 10 seconds, let me just bring it home. That man in Oputa Panel from the East, he therefore said that what we are seeing today has been the evil marginalization has been for only God knows when. Nigerians, let's arise and chase these people out like Abiola. Let's chase them away. Thank you very much. I use the mic.
Thank you. Thank you. Give us a mandate. I appreciate you. Thank you, my brother. Okay, I believe everybody on the panel, I've given their submission. You know, we need to move on right now. I have Madam Origin calling back again. Madam Origin, you have just 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yes, please. Have you called Abdul Malik? I see he's on the script.
Yeah, go ahead, man. 1 minute. Just 1 minute you have.
Okay, yes, because it's like a brother. I heard Mr. Black Panther encourage everybody to buy IBB's book and give us a mandate. I think it is important for everyone to please, as much as you attempted. I think it should be put out there. No normal, well-meaning, hungry person that wants Nigeria to work. No one should buy that book. And please, Mr. Niger Watch again, I forgot about, I wanted to say something about Natasha. Please, I don't have her handle. Help me write in the column where you wrote your own and tell her I'm very proud of her. She is a woman in her own class. She is not a woman in a man's voice or a man in a woman's voice. She is a woman in her own class, and her class is that class that wants the best for the people of her state, and that is the best that we need in that Senate House, and not the likes of Akpabio. I don't even want to mention that man's name. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, man. God bless you. I appreciate you. Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We called Abdul Malik so many times, didn't answer, so we need to move on. Black Panther, 2 minutes, final submission, sir.
Yeah, Nigeria, thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. And I want to thank everyone that has spoken. You all have spoken well, and everything you have spoken is intact, despite the differences. But we still need to know one thing here. Like I would say, history must be on a tablet. And when history is on a tablet, it is being saved for the rainy day, for the generation that will come. They will open that tablet and read it, because that tablet is the fact. From the horse's mouth, from the person that did that evil. This thing we're saying here, people are saying, oh, we are saving for the man. I don't care about that. I want to put it on tablet so that I will not only talk on it, I will open the books from the horse's mouth, because when a crime is committed and the man is guilty and he comes out to say he's guilty and he puts it on a tablet, it is your responsibility. Either you want to save it somewhere or you want to buy it, it's your responsibility. But everybody have his own right anyway. But the way I'm taught in academics, no matter how it is, there is always a way of saving facts. Because when you are speaking in the court of law, if you don't present your fact, it is more or less not accepted in the court of law. So when you are making reference, you must have a fact to present to the generation, because they will ask you, where is the fact? You present it. So this is it. I like to save something. If the people that caused the civil war in the East, if they write a book like Go On, how he executed the civil war If you write it, will you say you will not buy it? Because himself is guilty. So this is it. Don't the way people are saying it, it's not that we are supporting him, but he has said the truth and he has written it. Let's keep it for the next generation, because this is part of Nigeria history. You cannot write the history without not bringing who decimated the land and make sure that the election that was the most free and fair election in the entire black race was annulled by him. So I will also say I stand with Natasha Akpote for being a woman, a strong woman. I stand, and that's how women should stand, because with women we will get it right in our democracy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Mr. Oduwa, please, your 2 minutes.
Okay. Is it me?
Yes, yes. Go ahead, sir. 2 minutes.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Niger Watch. Thank you, everybody. Well, as a woman of courage, I love her courage, and I thank her courage, because I think we have one Labour Party in from Abuja. We have not been hearing of that woman. I believe and we even have some women from Edo State also, or that went to see it through Labour Party. We have not been hearing from them. So such people will have emulated Akpoti and know that they did not go there because of rice and beans. They did not went there because of the money they will put in their pocket, but they went there for dignity and how their country will be better, or their state will be better. But it is unfortunate, it pains that when people thought that minority have a seat and while majority have a seat in Nigeria, there is, because I have watched the interview of our brother Shemole, says from the minority, there is no minority in any state. Even if your state is millions people and the other state is 10 people, as far as it is called state, it is not minority. So it's unfortunate that our people doesn't know their duty to fight for their people. They always think, let me have, and other people will calling me Babake. It is a shame, because nobody will die and carry anything that he hold into this grave. He will leave them here. So that is why the book of Proverbs 22 said, a good name is better than great riches, silvers and gold. If you go to any position, you are not there because you merit it or you are the one that must qualify. You are there because of grace. So that grace need to work for your people, not only you, because you will not have more than 120 years to spend in that grace. Another person will take over. So have a good name today, so that tomorrow your name will be written in the stone, that where no thing can clean. Just like today, Babangida name is written on the dust, that everybody are looking at it as nothing, worthless, because he has the time to write a name. Instead of writing good name, he was destroying the country. That is why today everybody are talking down on him on a book he wrote. They did not talk down on Basejo when he wrote his own book. All of them were military head of state. So it shows that good name is better than great riches. I advise everybody to work very well in a part of good character, and so that to have a good name. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you, Mr. Najawash. Good night.
All right, Mr. Oduwa, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your time with us today. God bless you. Let's give us a mandate, your final 2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thank you very much. I do greet you. Well, Madam Natasha, once again, thank you very much. You are a courageous woman. You are bold. In fact, you are an example to younger women and even older women. Because some older women will say, oh, maybe if I have done this thing this way, maybe I would have. In fact, you are an example to Ireti Kingibe. Because now she'll be learning from you. Maybe she's older than you, I don't know. But if she's older than you, then you are an example to her. Ireti Kingibe, please join Natasha and make your voices heard in the house. Madam Ireti Kingibe, please and please join Madam Natasha. And you guys be a force that these men will be on their knees. They'll be on their knees. They'll be on their knees. Then on the issue of the man that all of a sudden just wake up and think that he want to tell us the secrets that we don't know before. If that secret is so important to you, write a copy of that book and put it in the library. Anyone that wants to go and read, please go and read. Don't sell it to us. I don't want to buy. Don't sell it. Don't even issue ISBN number for that book, because that book is wickedness. Now those that lost their family during 1993 and 1994, IBB, you just raised 17 billion. Will you go and give that money to those people that lost their family because of your wickedness? IBB, I am asking you, will you, out of that 17 billion they get to you, will you go and meet the family of those that lost their loved one because of your shenanigans? Will you go and give them ransom and say, okay, when your family dies, okay, this is it, take this, you take this, you take that? Do you even know them? So if you think that secret is so important, write just one copy of that book and put in the National Library. Anyone that has a free time that can go and sit down and want to waste their time and read your secret, they can go and read. Don't make money from Nigerians. Nigerians are even suffering in the first place. So they should not put their money in your wickedness, because you are evil. You are evil. You are evil. And Nigerians, please, let's not stop talking. This is good for us. It's helping us. Let's keep it up. Mr. Elvis, once again, thank you. God keep Nigeria Watch Media. God keep Mr. Elvis. God keep Mommy Diaspora. God keep all of the panelists and commenters. Thank you. Even the enemies of Nigeria Watch. No worry. One day God will touch in our mind. We will go repent. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Have a blessed weekend. God bless you, sir.
Thank you, my brother. You even pray for our enemies. They go happy today. Oh, those people, they deserve prayers. Anyway, let's go. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Abdul Malik, for this one, make us 78 times we don't call you today.
Sorry for that, Mr. Nigeria Watch. I was like sleeping. Sorry.
Okay, all right. You just do your final submission of 3 minutes. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, sorry for that. Good evening, everyone in the panel. Good evening, Mr. Nigeria Watch again. And good evening, Nigerian. You see, Babangida, he launched books, right? And he confessed. This thing is doing is just like it's late already, because it's caused many souls to lost. Look at what happened because of that election. Abiola lost his soul. And it's not fair. You see what they did yesterday, just like they went there to go and celebrate the loss of Abiola death. That is what they did. I see no reason why a country where there's nothing is working, there is no economy, nothing is going in the country. Look at the money they contributed yesterday just for one man. Why can't they have event like this just to know how the country economy will grow? Probably they will not. We have people that we don't know how our leader, they are governing the country, because they are satanic, they are evil. I see no reason why governors or elders, people that call themselves elders, they don't mean well for their citizens. Rather, just to manipulate the people to keep them impoverished, which is not good. Now, what is the way forward? Now, if anybody is trying to raise a voice to talk the betterment of the country, they try to silence the person. Look at Natasha. They try to look at what she said about the last call that they call her. Look at what she's trying to what is facing through right from the beginning. Just because the woman is trying to do better things for the citizen. You see, Nigeria is a country where people celebrate criminals. Even perhaps people, most of the Nigerian citizens, they are still celebrating those people. They are supporting them, praising them, lay praise on them, which is not good. Now, how the country will move forward? You see, somebody is stealing your money. Now you are still laying praise on the person. Probably they will keep on doing this. Yeah, look at how can a country called Nigeria, there is nothing is working. They cannot even know how to fix the economy. Now there is no light anywhere. Okay, why can't they gather, have an event like this? Okay, how are we going to make this country move forward? But there is no, the country is declining every day. Every day there is nothing is going. Babangida, now look at what it caused. Abiola, it caused his death, right? Abiola was the most of the best person in Nigeria. That's why he won most of the region in Nigeria, because most of the Nigerians, they benefit from that man. He was good. I don't really know what is true according to the say it's one of them, right? But it was good, man. It's better than there. That is the reason why he won most of the region in the country. And the Abiola election was one of the free and fair election in Nigeria since Nigeria history. You see, look at what even yesterday they don't even talk about the man. All they are saying is just like they just come there to mock. I don't really understand that. We have a long way to go because we are not straightforward to ourselves. That is the problem we are facing in the country today. That's why the country is not moving forward. It cannot move forward that way. It can't. Now the country now how are we going to make it good? Nobody knows that. But we are just beating around the business. We don't talk the main issue in the country. Look at the money they donated for Babangida yesterday. Why can't they use that money for the economy to grow? They cannot. Rather to go and do nonsense, talk nonsense. I don't really understand. Thank you very much, Mr. Nigeria Watch.
All right, my brother Abdul Malik, it's good that your voice is added to this broadcast. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the last person on the panel deliberately kept her for the final. It's Madarita. Madarita, I beg, do the closure. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You see why there's no consequence for actions of these elites. Gumsu Sani Abacha, yeah, that's her handle. She had the audacity to put a love emoji, a response to a love emoji for her father, and she put a little clip of video of IBB speech. I guess she was trying to, present the fact that, her father was innocent, within the scheme of things. She had the audacity to do that because she knows, Nigeria knows, including all those people sitting down there, that there's no consequence for the books that they write or the fake confessions that they make. Now, if her father was put in jail, or the family members who were part of, the corruption going on in Nigeria, or if IBB was put in jail, I don't think Gumsu Sani Abacha would have the audacity to put that nonsense she put on social media. It's like you're laughing on top of somebody's grave. That's what it looks like. There's one thing that actually struck me. I don't know if people noticed that. A woman who was dressed, she wasn't wearing a hijab. I'm talking about Natasha Akoti Oduaga. She wasn't wearing a hijab, but she was dressed like a typical northerner woman. That image, I hope it speaks to the northern woman, whether young or old, and I think that kind of dressing has to do with religion as well. It's an image that I hope that the northerners, the female northerners, would look at Natasha Akoki Otuaga dressed like them, dressed like the everyday northern woman, but can still speak amongst men, can still stand for the truth, and cannot be gagged or intimidated in any way. I hope that those people who dress like her can actually see that they can be even better than her. Yes, that's one thing that I wanted to really speak about. And also, there's something that I think Madam Origin called, and I think it was a response to what Give Us a Mandate was saying. And I think it's something that we all grew up with, and sometimes we say it. I guess now that we are all matured, and we are not seeing that certain things that we say doesn't really add up. Natasha is not like a man. Natasha, according to Madam Origin's voice, is a woman, a unique woman of herself. We should stop using the term of when a woman is outspoken. You call her Iron Lady. You call her, this is a man in a woman's body. It is wrong. It is wrong. Even in the past, I have even said that before, you know, a lot of awareness now about things that we say. It is wrong, because when we do that, you indirectly kind of make women who want to speak up and do not want to be seen as a man. Yes, and some people have even addressed those kinds of things about me, and I've always, you know, made it clear, say, no, everybody is unique on their own. And not Madam King Bigbe, the one representing Abuja, I think she's in her early 70s now, she's like 71. She doesn't really look it. She doesn't have to be forced to speak like Natasha if she was her true self. Everybody cannot be, you know, outspoken like Natasha. Perhaps Madam King Bigbe has been speaking in her own way. She has told us, she has shown us how she has been ignored by the same Akpabio, disrespected as well. She didn't have to be outspoken. She's an older lady, of course. She's not going to vituperate like that, because Natasha is she's still young. But everybody, you don't have to, you know, you can be inspired by somebody, but you don't have to be like somebody. Be your true self. Stand for the truth. Yes, stand for the truth. And when you're standing for the truth, know that your own backyard is clean. Because if you are so called standing for the truth and your backyard is dirty, it will seem like you're doing it for personal gain. Yes, and finally, I just believe that, you know, the likes of Akpabio, there's a plethora of them, unfortunately, in the corridors of power. Akpabio, anytime he speaks, maybe you guys have forgotten, because I haven't forgotten. He speaks like a man that talks before his brain assimilates what he's saying. And when Herbert Wigwe passed on, did you guys see what happened in the funeral? It's like somebody who was drunk or was not mentally stable. A place where there are 3 coffins. And he said, oh, I just want to say I'm sorry on behalf of the wife and children. The wife is in the coffin. It shows that this man is not just, he talks before his brain, you know, kind of correlates the words, and that's how he is. We have seen it several times, and there are plenty of Akpabios all over the place, all in corridors of power. Nothing, they're intimidating, they cower you down until they subdue you. That's why they say, oh, you have to be a strong person. It's the Nigerian framework. This is what Nigeria has become. The PTSD that majority of Nigerians have gone through and are still going through is what is playing out here. Is what has extended to why an army person can intimidate somebody because they are wearing the camouflage. Why an army person is passing, people, you just get stiff and they're scared. You shouldn't. Those of you who live in diaspora, when you see an army person, you want to take a picture, you thank him for his sacrifices. They are willing and they're smiling. But in Nigeria, the feeling is different. It also stems from the colonial mentality. That's how our police force is designed. That intimidating tactics, and it has gone into our politics. And that's why people cannot speak when they need to speak. Yes, people will not even speak about this IBB book. I will not be surprised. I'm talking about the non-state actors and the state actors, because they know if they speak up, they will be intimidated. Are they not intimidating Peter Obi with his businesses? He was forced to tell us now. So that is the tactics. And Adasho Shomole will come on a TV show with an anchor. He will be controlling the anchor. Same thing with Wike. They will be controlling the anchor. It's like they're teaching them their job. 101, journalism 101. That is the intimidating, that is the temperature of the entire nation. That is how they operate. In every strata of government, even people's private lives, in the entertainment industry, that intimidating, subdue, and submit. That is the framework. How are we going to change it? Nnamdi Kanu is still incarcerated. A man that was kidnapped. I'm tired of using the word rendition. Let us stop saying it. Dr. CM, please do not use the word rendition. He was kidnapped from Kenya. I keep saying it. He was kidnapped. A man that was forcibly taken is a kidnapped victim. He was kidnapped, and until they release Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria can know no peace. Black Panther, I say, let us come together with it. There's no coming together. There is no coming together. Nnamdi Kanu is in jail. He's been kidnapped, and he's been held, you know, against even the Nigerian so-called laws. Then you not tell them there will be peace. How? Nnamdi Kanu has family. He has an umuna. He has friends, people that love him everywhere. And you think Nigeria will be at peace, the Igbos will be at peace, then Nnamdi Kanu is there, and he's like, oh, it's kumbaya, it's peaches and cream. We should all celebrate and let's move on. We ain't gonna move on, man. We ain't moving on until Nnamdi Kanu is released and they will start talking. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis.
All right. Margarita, thank you so much for that submission. Yeah, I like the fact that you ended your submission by talking about Nnamdi Kanu. I will use this opportunity to talk to other bloggers who are listening to us. Please, at least once in a week, just use your platform to talk about this man. You know, always reference to him. If in case you want to reference to other thing, reference to him. You know, he have paid the price already. He's so, I don't know, if you're a human being, what is passing through right now, you should always kick against it. If only if you're a human being. Because not every human being that is a human being should have a heart. And remove ethnicism out of this. You know, just take a decision or judge it based on as a human being. You know, once a week, use your platform to talk about it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Niger Watch. Yeah. You see, sometimes I do it also. Don't speak utter word out of emotion that is not in line with the struggle. When I say coming together with the like minds to get everything done. Not coming together with those people. Don't coming together with people that have decimated the country. We are coming together because we have a like mind so that we can move further, because we are educating people now. We are doing it. Let's do it right. Let us not say we're coming together. Do you want to have a country? How do you want to have it? What is the process? Can we talk about that?
Black Panther, we're talking about like minds. Let us come together like minds and fight for the release of Nnamdi Kanu first, because we're just wasting our time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Everything is all inclusive. All inclusive.
Let me tell you one thing.
You talk that one now when you were making yourself.
Okay.
You're talking halfway.
All right.
And I'm not talking using emotions.
Let me move on now. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. If you guys can recall, or rather, if you can see by yourself that at this particular moment, Nnamdi Kanu is the only person, human being that you and I know that is in prison. Nnamdi Kanu, not even terrorists, none of the terrorists that we know, major of the major people where they pilot these satanic people. There's a video that I actually saw today, and I don't know if I'm allowed to play it here, where helicopter go to give food, white person, right, carry helicopter go to give food to terrorists inside bush. I was shocked. Food and ammunition and all that, helicopter, you know, go to give them for inside this our country here. Nigeria.
Oh, you never see that one before?
No. First today
now.
Mr. Niger Watch.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to say, it's like one certain time during the Buhari regime, it's like you show something like that when France and the helicopter do something like that in the Sambisa forest.
Because you get new one now. Let me see. I don't know when they do anyway. But why Nnamdi Kanu? Yes, some people will argue what he do is wrong. Yes, we understand. But are you blind? Say Babangida confessed to his satanism and they donated 70 billion naira or over to tell him, thank you, sir, for engaging in satanism. You not see him. So this selectivism of people, the kind of people who go face punishment, who not go face punishment, you like it, right? You know, when we speak like this, some people here go move to one corner, they'll start to they hate you. When we speak in their favor, yeah, Mr. Najawas, God will bless you. I'm not here, you know, to you to like me or hate me. I'm just here to say things how it is. What is wrong is wrong. Eh? That video that I played earlier on, asking that, okay, is the Igbo marginalized? That one is asking a question. This is visible to the blind and audible to the deaf. Eh? It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, we cannot continue like this. But nevertheless, what do I know? Like I stated earlier on, I will just use my platform. I'm grateful to God that I have a voice and I have a platform. I use my platform to speak for myself, for us, and for those that need a voice. That's all. That's what we are doing here. You know, to build a platform not easy. Not be, you know, if you not wake up just today, you say I want to build platform this morning, then you have it in the evening. No, you need to put in the work and the time. Now, after you've managed to build the platform, what do you use it for? That's another thing. You just want to use it to make money and you don't have any business with the people, or you want to carry the people along? It's a question. I'm not here to castigate anybody, because some of you might be listening and use your platform to do whatever. If one user press blue, no wahala. But I'm just saying, with the situation we are facing right now in Nigeria, don't you all think that all platforms should be utilized for the betterment of our country? Do you know how many bloggers that have more followers than me? Do you know how many content creators that have more followers than me? What are you doing with your platform? It's a question. Even you can see 90% of the people commenting on this IBB thing, you can see all of them are very, very hypocritical. They are being careful. They don't want to. They don't say IBB. That's why say, oh, the power is still very strong. They can order you dismiss at any time. Eh? No, see, Dele Momodu, they talk go left and right. The other one, they talk go left and right. Many people who talk, they will talk go left and right. It's crazy. What do I know? Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. We've come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you for those of you that joined the panel today. Black Panther, thank you very much. Give us a mandate. Abdul Malik, Madam Rita. Thank you, Mr. Oduwa. Thank you, Madam Patricia, and many others that came in. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for those of you that supported the channel today. Amazing Grace, Don Anthony, Peggy Modi, and Mr. Paul. God bless you all, my people. My wonderful people, everyone right there on the comment section. Thank you, Black Panther. Thank you, Mother of all Mommy Diaspora. I appreciate you, Mommy, for all that you do. Thank you so much, Oga Frank Emmanuel. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you, again, Grace Home and Properties, Rosemary, Usas, Peggy Monday, Love Manduka, Kingsley Ogerahi, Divine Cross, and many, many others. Michael Ganamaro in the building. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. We come to the end of the broadcast. I'll see you guys again. Fingers crossed, by God's grace, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Nigerian time, so that we can continue from where we stop. My people, we're going to take a good night and bye for now.
Are you bakala me da jindum? Are you bakala me da jindum? Balano me da jindum kangwelo tito saya. Abia nalo. otito sáyà.